And welcome back to Super Sport Park for the Momentum Health Challenge. We are here for the final today where we have Eastern Storm taking on Eastern Cape Iinyathi. What a scintillating tournament that we have had here to get to where we are, with the permutations yesterday. I am Kagiso Masubelela, known as KG, and with me in commentary we've got the Honorable Ken Boland.
Sometimes honourable, not always, I guess, but another lovely day, KG, here at Supersport Park as Nico van Zyl comes in to open the bowling.
Oof. Very good one there from Nico van Zyl. Earlier on, Eastern Cape Iinyathi won the toss and they decided to bowl first, which is quite understandable. I mean, we're playing on a fresh new deck. Nobody really knows how it's going to behave. So you want to get a ball on it first so that your batters can also have a look at how to approach the game going to second. So I think it was a good thing from Eastern Cape Iinyathi to bowl first, just to have a look and see what happens on this wicket here. So Nico van Zyl going for his second ball. And just outside that off stump, and the umpire says it is a no ball. Kabelo Sekhukhune looks like he's ready to get on it here. Remember, Kabelo Sekhukhune actually scored 100 on the first day, very flamboyant 100 on the first day, so you'll be looking to do more of the same, especially with a free hit early on here in your innings.
Just what he would have wanted to get his innings going. Yeah, when we arrived this morning, it was definitely a fresh morning here in Centurion, a little bit cool. KG and I are both wearing jerseys or jackets, so yeah, it's quite fresh. It looks a good toss to win and bowl first. I must agree with you.
Free hit. Oh, just a bit higher. Shot of a length here from Nico van Zyl. Kabelo Sekhukhune taking a look at the umpire. Was hoping that would have been called a wide, but the umpire says that's just one for the over.
Very good bouncer by Nico van Zyl. He is a tall man, but it looks as if this pitch might have a bit more bounce in it than the pitch that's been used earlier in the tournament. A very short boundary on the offside to the left-hander, Sekhukhune. I mean, that must be about 55 metres or so. So one could just dunk it over the offside boundary. Massive leg side boundary, though.
Van Zyl this time just drained down wide to the leg side and goes to the boundary. That is 4 wides. First boundary, not off the bat in this match. Mr. Storm will like that, to have a bit of a freebie early on. Especially looks like it might be a little bit difficult for the batters early on here.
Just interested to see how much this delivery moved. I think it started. It definitely moved a bit. It started just outside leg or maybe on leg stump, and then jagged away. So if Nico van Zyl can get his line right, with that movement on offer, it could be quite awkward for the batsman.
Nico van Zyl deciding to change his line, coming over the wicket now to Kabelo Sekhukhune. I think it's probably what you're speaking about, of him just getting the correct lines. Once again, just a bit to the leg side, but looks to have crushed the pet there of Kabelo Sekhukhune. He looks a bit unhappy with the umpire's decision early on, already twice in this over, questioning the umpire a little bit there.
And these two teams met in the first match of this Momentum Health Challenge way back on Monday morning, and Eastern Storm beat the Eastern Cape Iinyathi by 38 runs.
Good, a bit fuller this time around from Nico van Zyl, and Kabelo Sekhukhune just negotiates that out. Just push this one a bit fuller than the last few balls that is bowled in this over.
So when Border lost, well, the team formerly known as Border, lost that opening game by 38 runs, I don't think too many of us expected them to feature in the final. And then when Easterns were beaten on the second day by Northern Cape Heat by 7 wickets, I guess we also thought they would struggle.
Start Nico.
Kabeles Kupone just gets a bit of width and this time around gets back on it, hitting over that point area for a 6, and that is the first boundary off the bat in this over to end the first over. The Eastern Storm are 12 for naught.
I think there we just saw why Nico van Zyl started around the wicket to the left-hander with that very short offside boundary. He wanted to angle the ball into the left-hander, try and get him cramped up, heading towards the leg side, but then with the problems with his line, he switched to over, and the danger there is pushing it across and giving too much width, as he did there. So just yesterday afternoon we had the amazing result where the Eastern Storm beat the Limpopo Impalas by 27 runs, so that was their second victory. So it all went down in the end to the most sixes that the three teams who had won 2 games each have hit in the tournament, because head-to-head didn't work out because A beat B, beat C. So two surprise teams perhaps in the final.
Well, let's lift them over. To say that we've got Aphiwe Mnyanda who will share the ball with Nico van Zyl coming from the pavilion, and we were having a conversation as to what is the best way to look at it, head to head, then most runs, and but it is T20 cricket, so we want to see those sixes. Oh, Aphiwe Mnyanda just gets one very full, tailing into the right, and now just gets a thick inside edge down to that fine leg, and they come back for a double.
Mnyanda has shown that he can get a bit of swing, and conditions this morning, there might be some on offer for the first, certainly in the power play, and you could see straight away he went full, trying to look for swing, and he got a bit, finding the inside edge there.
Mnyanda this time a bit wider, and Daneriso just throws his bat at it but doesn't get the connection. Aphiwe Mnyanda is one of those also that had to take a move down to Eastern Cape Iinyathi, which I think we were speaking about in the last few days, that it's good, especially for the younger players. It's good, yes, to stay in the Division 1 team and learn from the older guys at the bench, but it doesn't do you that much good if you don't get game time. So for him to go to Eastern Cape Iinyathi, go and get game time. He's still a very young man, can come back into Division 1. Ooh, Aphiwe Mnyanda gets one to come back in. A bit of a shout there, but the umpire says there was nothing there. It's definitely movement here from Aphiwe Mnyanda. You got one in the first one a bit away, and then you got another one back into Tannery. So just cut him in half there.
Superb delivery, that one. Swung back late, and Aphiwe Mnyanda, a bit disappointed that he didn't get to play more. Warriors, he's always been very highly rated as a youngster, the junior ranks, the standalone. But you're right, KG, far better to be playing regularly than just sitting bench all the time.
This time around, just outside that off stump. Tannery still gets back to it, but there is protection on that offside. Managed to get it. I like this kind of thing. We were speaking in the previous days that sometimes it just looks like it's easier for the batsman to score because they have a deep point out, a deep score leg out. But now they back that offside, back in the border to do that. I think you just drop the fine leg and the dead man and say that if the batter wants to hit it on the offside, he needs to hit it really well or hit it over the offside throw. From Aphiwe Mnyanda, so made a bit of an adjustment across, hit it down to that mid off for a single.
Thank you.
I would like to see a slip in here with the way that Aphiwe is getting that inside into the right hand, moving it away from the lefty. But a slip might be very important position to have here with the way that he's getting the ball to move and the carry that it looks to be heavy.
Definitely need a slip, I would say.
Go.
An opportunity for a run out, but doesn't get the wicket. early on, they're a bit worried about the movement of Iinyathi. This time around, just deciding to come across so that he gets closer to the ball and tries to negate that movement that Iinyathi seems to be getting up front.
Still a bit edgy. It's really behind square on your side. Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Meneer.
Get the slip against Sekekune.
And what did you say, Tony?
20th showed time again.
Bowling change.
Taking wickets.
Coming around.
To restrict teams. If you can nip one or two out of the power play, especially maybe. A little bit defensive. Especially if you won the toss and elected to bowl first, you must think there's a bit in it for your bowlers. So give them at least one catcher.
New bowler to the attack from the head of Silver and Iinyathi Bukako will be familiar with his deck here as he moved from the Titans this season to Eastern Cape Iinyathi. Just a bit of a length area. Looks like there is something that's happening. There's a good bounce, there's good carry that's going through, so it might be a bit difficult. We've seen with the way Sekekune batted in the first game on Monday, the way that every time you give him a bit of width, the same way that Nico van Zyl did in the previous over, you give him width, he will pounce on it. So the more you close him up, the better that you have of just making sure that he changes his game a little bit. Oh, almost an opportunity for that point. Bit of width from Kabelo Sekekune, as we were just speaking about it now, about him liking to just flash outside that off stump, get it above that point area for a 4.
It was a great effort leaping high by Jade de Klerk at backward point. But as you were saying, Sekekune, he's a shortish man. And shortish batters often are very good off the back foot. So pull and cut very strong. But also he showed on that first day just how good he is at improvising little paddles and sweeps and things.
Kabelo Sekekune this time gets it full and he hits it over that middle for a big 6. That is a very good shot from Kabelo Sekekune, showing us that he's got 2 elements to this game. He's not just going to wait to cut. If it's full, he's also going to hit it, and he just showed us that now.
That's a magnificent shot, driving off the back foot over extra cover. An exceptional shot, and well worth watching the replay again. Just created room for himself by clearing that front leg. Well, bowler Iinyathi Bukako didn't do too much wrong there. He's disappeared for 6.
It is very clever batting from Kabelo Sekekune because he went across first to get closer to the ball and then cleared the front leg to open himself up more. No doubt that Iinyathi Bukako will be looking at ways to try and get him out. Trying to make sure that they just don't run away from them quickly here. This time around, it tucks him in on that off stump. Kabelo Sekekune is basically almost doing the same thing now, just coming across a little bit, saying to the bowler that you need to do something a little bit different here.
Well, it's very good batting because it was a good delivery by Bukako, as you said, cramping him up a bit, but Sekekune is still managing to get a single, and that's really the art of T20 batting. When you can't get boundaries, when the bowler has bowled well, you need to try and still get those 1s or 2s off the good balls as well.
Bukako onto the legs of Rousseau, who manages to just hit it over that square leg for a 6. A bit of an opportunity that was created at that deep square leg, but the fielder just couldn't get it in. Tlatuka tried to get it in there, but just went over him. You'd say an opportunity there created, but straying a bit on the pads here by Iinyathi Bukako, and Danny Rousseau says that it's a bit of a free hit for him there.
Yeah, to the right-hander, to the short boundary on the pad's not the way to go. Donny Rousseau didn't quite hit it as cleanly as he would have liked, I think.
This time around the offside, and Donny Rousseau just gets a bit of a feather to it. Very good catch and very good bowling from Tladi Bukako. Correction of the previous ball where he went too straight to the shorter boundary. This time around went a bit wider, and Donny Rousseau looked like he just wanted to get a bat in it, and he did get a bat on it, not as much as he would have liked, and a feather to the keeper. And that's the first wicket down for the Eastern Storm. They are 33 for 1 after 3 overs as we take another look at the replay.
Yeah, Rousseau really, there's a bit of width there. It's a shot lacking intent, really. Just trying to steer it down to third man, probably. But with the width there, have a proper go, you know. Get a lot of bat on it, and if you go hard, unlikely that the edge is going to be as fine as that to the wicketkeeper. So Donny Rousseau's out for 9 off 7 balls. He hit 1-6, but an early breakthrough in the third over for the Eastern Cape Iinyathi. They'll be pleased with that, as Aaron Fisser is the new man coming to the wicket.
Yeah, you just mentioned about going hard at it, and if Donny Rousseau was looking at the way that Kabelo Sekhukhune has been going about things, whenever he gets a bit of width, he really throws his bat at it, not to try and be control of what happens rather than just putting your bat out there. And it's a bit of a nothing shot where you're just putting your bat out there. There is no intent, but Kabelo Sekhukhune on the other side has actually shown a lot of intent whenever there's width offered to him.
And it's going to be Tobile Tlatuka who's coming on to bowl. Last seen in action leaping on the square leg boundary, trying to slap back a 6 that was sailing over his head. Let's see what he's got with the ball. Third man and deep square leg are out. He's bowling to the left-hander, so the leg side boundary is short.
Sekhukhune doesn't give him width, and Sekhukhune just tucks it around to that mid-wicket for a quick single.
Lovely wrists, Kabelo Sekhukhune. We saw that in his 100 on the first day. Very good at manipulating the ball, and that was well played. It was probably around off stump, middle and off, but he just worked it into the hole at mid-wicket.
He does look like Kabelo Sekhukhune has got a clear plan about how he wants to go about his innings. There is a shorter boundary to him when he's batting that side, and it's just coming across to open up the leg side for him to try and hit it over there. And now this time around, Tlatuka just throwing down a bit leg side. Aaron Fisser just gets a bat to it, down to that fine leg for a single. I'm saying about Kabelo Sekhukhune is that he's giving himself so many options to score, going across, trying to access that side, but we also know how strong he is on anything that is outside that off stump. He's very good with any width that will be offered to him. So he's saying to the bowler that if you hit it straight, I'm going to hit you over to that shorter boundary on the leg side, but if you go wider also, I'm going to go with my strength and hit you to the offside. This time around, Kabelo Sekhukhune doesn't come across. Tlatuka just outside that off stump, back of a length. Kabelo Sekhukhune was looking to target that leg side, but doesn't get any bat on it.
Well, it was a clever change of pace by Tlatuka. Very good slower ball. Deceived Sekhukhune. He's playing in his third game in this tournament. Tobile Tlatuka. And 3 wickets to his name so far.
Kabelo Sekhukhune tries to get it over that square leg, but taken. Good catch taken at the deep square leg. Did not have control on it. That was outside the off stand, but he tried to force it to the leg side. Doesn't get the connection needed. Only hitting it high up in the air, and a wonderful catch taken at deep square leg.
And that's the short boundary really playing on the batsman's mind there. Sekhukhune, I think we'll see it was pretty short and wide outside off stump this, and that's a cut ball really. But Sekhukhune desperately trying to work it across to the short boundary and getting it high to square leg instead. I think he'll be thinking now, why didn't I just cut that? It was all set up for the cut shot, but the short boundary really altering the way he would normally play.
Yeah, definitely. It does play to your mind when you think that it's so short that I can just take it on. But unfortunately, that shot, you'd say that it wasn't on because it was just a bit too wide for him to be trying to hit it to the leg side. But that short boundary is playing on his mind. And with that wicket...
Catch taken by Oluwake Kokosa. And Sikakuni gone for 19 or 15 balls. He was looking dangerous. So the Eastern Cape Iinyathi will be very glad to get him out. Grant Thompson, the Eastern Storm captain, has come to the crease. And just a word on the bowler, Tobile Tlatuka. Reward for a very good over so far. He's just conceded a couple of singles. He seems to know exactly where he wants to put the ball, and has executed very well so far in this first over as well.
Took a very good lines there to Grant Thompson, the experienced Grant Thompson, just lets it go through to the keeper. Yeah, you say that, often we say that the wicket ball is not really the wicket ball per se. It's that the build up to the wicket ball, the work that you do before that, the pressure that you apply on the batter, and then he feels that he needs to get a bit of a get out of jail shot, and he ends up just hitting it high up for a catch. Once again, a short ball to Grant Thompson, but he just gets some good bat on it to that vacant square leg area for a 4. Very good shot here from Grant Thompson.
Well, it was a brave delivery to bowl with no one on the boundary in front of square on the leg side. And in fact, the only mid-wicket was quite straight, and there was a mid-on and a fine leg. So to bowl that short ball, inviting the pull with the field he had set, was very brave indeed. And Grant Thompson good enough to put it away.
A very good shot from Grant Thompson, trying to stamp his authority. We are still in the power play. They are going at a good rate of 9.8 to the over, but they'll be looking to make more of the power play. But also, we'll be cautious that, with the stats that we have, that if you do lose 3 wickets in the power play, the chances of winning are very slim. So they'll be looking at between not losing a wicket and also trying to make the most of the power play.
Clyde Bokako is coming back onto bowl. His first over went for 17 runs, couple of sixes in there, but he did get the wicket of Donny Rousseau, so that would have given him a little bit of confidence.
This time, very good ball from Clyde Bokako, not giving any worth, checking the batter in and saying that you need to be a little bit innovative to make sure that you can get the runs of him. Very good bowling to start the over from Clyde Bokako. He would have gotten confidence with getting a wicket in his last over. Obviously, it went for 17, but then getting the wicket would bring his confidence up, and the fact that he has to bowl to 2 new batters will sit very well with him.
Yeah, as we said earlier, wickets tend to bring the run rate down, and both Fisser and Thompson just need to get in here.
Fisser once again, just outside that off stump, and just hits it straight to J.D. Clerk. He's very tight on that point area, making sure that they don't do a drop and run there.
Yeah, very good fielder, J.D. Clerk, very quick across the ground, athletic. And this is where the Iinyathi will hope to string together a few dot balls, as Bokako has done with the first 2 deliveries of this over. Bowling to Aaron Fisser, relatively inexperienced and with just a single to his name.
Bit of worth this time created, but Aaron Fisser does not pounce on it. Very good over so far from Eastern Cape Iinyathi. Halfway through the over, and it's just been dot balls, and that's where the pressure that we're speaking about, that you almost feel that the next ball something has to give.
I was just going to say that Aaron Fisser will be feeling the pressure now, especially with his skipper at the other end, itching to get back on strike. Fisser will be very mindful of having to get bat on ball here and to not have a 4th dot ball in the over.
This time, let's push it down to that mid-off for a quick single. It's so many times where the batters get into that area, they just swing their bat for a while. I like that Aaron Fisher is saying that even though I'm not able to score a 6 or a 4, but let me at least rotate the strike to take a bit of pressure off.
Absolutely crucial. We were saying it about Sekikune, that where he's good is that if he can't get a boundary, then he's always looking for the ones and twos, and he's got the innovation to be able to manipulate the ball and get those ones and twos.
Doing Tladi Bokako, very good over from him, not giving too much away to the batters here. 5 balls in this over and is only considered 1 single.
And he's bowled a very good line because Tladi Bokako, sort of stock ball, comes in a bit late to the right-handers. He doesn't want to get too straight because then that'll open up the short leg side boundary. But so far he's bowled a really good line just on or outside that off stump.
Oh, once again, you can see Grant Thompson at that time around. He was just looking for a bit of width. He almost like stayed leg side of the ball to try and access that offside. But the way Tladi Bokako is bowling in this over, as we spoke about, the line that he's bowling, is really not allowing the batters to have any sort of width outside that off stump to get what they want.
That was a superb over. Just 1 run off that over. Great comeback by Tladi Bokako. And it's left the score on 40 for 2 after 5 overs. So last over of the power play now for the Eastern Storm. Aaron Fisher on strike. And the Eastern Storm will really want to get a boundary or 2 in this over. But it's Tobile Hlatuka who's going to bowl his second straight over from the West Lane end. And he also bowled a really good first over. Just 6 runs in that over, and he got the big wicket of Sekikune.
Tight again. Fool. Fessa just gets a bat on it. Not as much as he would have wanted to, but it clears that mid-on. And they come back for 2. Very good bowling here from Hlatuka. You would have thought him taking the deep square leg out that maybe he might look to put it at that shorter length, but he decided to go full. Maybe a bit of a surprise for Fessa there.
Yeah, Fisher handled it well. Nice little chip straight down the ground. Very nice controlled stroke. Got a couple for it.
Stem around. Put it back a little bit, an opportunity, but the throw did not come in. There was a bit of a run-out opportunity there, but I think I was just more worried about who's backing up on the other side and decided not to throw that ball there.
It looked worth a shot, didn't it?
I did.
And there is a deep square leg in place, so if he had been alert, he could have backed up. It might have cost 1 more run, but might have been worth the risk.
Bit of a clever shot here from Grant Thompson, and he gets it to the boundary for over the keeper's head. Doesn't get straighter than that, does it?
I also don't think you can decide later to play a shot at a delivery. I mean, he just about played that ball when it was past his ear. Incredibly late decision. Watch the replay here. No, he's going to leave it. He's going to leave it until it comes back at him a bit, and he thinks, well, it's either going to hit me, I might as well have a jab at it, and he got it over the keeper.
Halfway through the over, 7 runs so far in this over of Hlatuka. It will be the over that Eastern Storm would have been looking for, the last over of the power play. This time a bit fuller. And Grant Thompson just hits it to that extra cover for a dot.
He's good in that gap through extra cover, Grant Thompson, and you could see he was aiming for it, just picked out the fielder, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think both teams, with the way their power play has went, would be happy but not too happy. Obviously, with Iinyathi getting 2 wickets and Eastern Storm also going at 8.3, 8.7 to the over. Just a pity that they lost those 2 wickets. Shot this time. Grant Thompson hits it in front of square. The man at deep square leg does not have a chance to cut that out. And that is a wonderful stroke from Grant Thompson, who gets another boundary.
Yeah, very good. He pulled one in the previous over from Hlatuka through square leg for 4. There's a fielder now on the deep square leg boundary. So that time to the short ball, he responded very well and pulled it well in front of square. And the mid-on has, they've actually brought a man in now to where that ball went through a wide mid-wicket.
Once again, shot, and Grant Thompson says it's fine, you put a man there, I'll hit it over his head. Another boundary in the same area. Very good batting here from Grant Thompson, and that is 50 up, or 55 rather, for Eastern Storm to end the power play. 55 for 2 with Aaron Fisher on 5 from 7 balls, and Grant Thompson going at a strike rate of 200 early on his innings.
Yeah, perhaps just a bit of an experience from Tabile Hlatuka here, because he's been bowling very well, and I'm just trying to think of a reason why you would suddenly bowl 2 short balls at the end of the over, apart from just that no one's expecting them. But that's not necessarily a good enough reason when things are going well, bowling your normal lengths with a bit of assistance in the pitch. Maybe just stick to those, because he's 0 for 3 now with his attempted short balls. All 3 of them to Grant Thompson have gone to the boundary, and unfortunately it's lifted Eastern Storm to a decent power play score of 55 for 2.
Well, Nico van Zyl back into the attack from the Hennops River end. First ball, he just pitches it up. Aaron Fisher just pushes it to that extra cover for a dot. And the field that we have, obviously with the fielding restrictions being lifted, we've got our man on the boundary. We've got a long on, deep square leg, fine leg, third man, and a sweeper on the offside. Very good bowling here from Nico van Zyl, pitching it up on that off stump. And it looks like just came out of the inside half of the bat there from Fessa down to that mid wicket for a single.
So another lovely cloudless day at Centurion. Starting to warm up a bit after a cool start to the day.
Tuck him in there. Drop and run. JT Clark. Ooh. JT Clark looked like he was looking to go for a run out there, but just did not throw it with the conviction that you would have liked. Just went a bit underarm there.
It ended up being a terrible throw, didn't it, for such a good fielder. And it was his strong hand as well. It was his left hand. Not sure what went wrong there. Maybe he just didn't get a good grip of the ball.
Van Zyl again, straight to Aaron Fisher. Just hits it back straight at him. Good over so far from Nico van Zyl after going for 12 in his first over. Coming back in this over, not giving a lot away. But with Eastern Storm, what we've seen is that when they've got the opportunity to just do a bit of a drop and run, they try to get the scorecard going. Say average score here, Eastern Storm will be looking at nothing less than 180 if they have a chance in this game. A bit wider this time around, and Aaron Fisher does not get the bat that he was looking for. That would have been a good ball to try and hit it over that offside area. There is a man though that's set up for that kind of a shot at that deep cover, who looks like it's about 50 meters in from the boundary.
Well, as a batter, you'd have to say you'd be terribly unlucky if you picked out that boundary right on the offside. There's so much space on the offside.
This time a bit tighter from Nico van Zyl. Hit it back at him. Gets a good hand on it to prevent it to going over. And that's a very good over from Nico van Zyl. only going for 2 runs in that over. And as you say that, we've got a change in commentary. I'll be joined by Gert Maloney.
KG, well, it's been an interesting morning, hasn't it? It's the 2 most unlikely teams in the final, and we're in for a belter, I think.
Yeah, we're in for a very good. I was just speaking to Gert, to Ken here before he left, about how both teams will be happy with the way that the power play went. Obviously, with Eastern Storm ending that power play with a flurry of 4s in that last over. And as you say that, Aphiwe Mnyanda, who opened the bowling from the pavilion end, is back into the attack to Grant Thompson.
I'll tell you what, I think that the Iinyathi's reaction when they got the wicket of Sekokune said it all, because he was the thorn in their side in their first meeting. The left armer just coming around the wicket, angling it into Thompson there. Just couldn't get the hands through the line.
Yeah, definitely just looked like Thompson was looking for a bit more width. But as we just mentioned here, Aphiwe Mnyanda just cramping him up for that width. It does look like Grant Thompson looks to stay a bit leg side of the ball as to hit on that offside area, especially now that that offside is actually, it's a shorter boundary.
You can see with the angle coming around the wicket, they want to make sure that the batters hit to that bigger part of the boundary. That ball just hitting the inside part of the bat onto the stumps. Great bowling here so far by Mnyanda. The left armer that actually is a bit more skittish than you would expect. It doesn't look that quick, but he does get the ball to skid on.
Definitely, and we just saw a bit earlier that there is quite a bit of assistance for the bowlers here, so he'll be making use of that assistance that's been given to him.
This time Thompson going through the covers just between the sweep and backward point, and fantastic work done there on the fence, saving 2 runs for his team.
Yeah, very good fielding there from Kokoza Olwake. Just making sure that he keeps that ball in and it doesn't go to the boundary.
As I said earlier, that big wicket of Sekokune, who just looked like he's going to put the foot on the pedal there for 19 or 15 deliveries. He's the man who scored that century in the very first match. Very innovative batter. And the wicket of Rousseau, they were happy about, but I say again, when they got him, you could just hear the chatter all around. They're asking the batters, where's the 4 coming from, and all that sort of stuff. So everything just lifted up as we see maybe a bit of bat repair here for Grant Thompson. Maybe a pair of new gloves coming out. You can see him just looking there at his bat, maybe just the grip being set out.
Yeah, it definitely looks like he's not too happy with the way that the bat is at the moment. And they brought some drinks, but now only the bats are coming in. Chris Brett's bringing the bats in for them here.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you actually are going to ask only 2, because normally they bring out 5 or 6 bats to choose from. So you probably would have had instructions, listen, if something happens to this one, please bring this one and this one out for me. Change of bats for Grant Thompson, maybe a change of fortune for him as well. You could hear that last one didn't sound too good on the bat. He's on 20 with Fisso on 7. Partnership has gone to 26, and it's 61 for the loss of 2 wickets here in the 8th over. And another beautiful day here at Supersport Park. We've been blessed over the last week with great weather.
Yeah, indeed, we've had some good weather. It looks like it's dropping. The temperature's dropping tomorrow, but so far it's been good.
Oh, nicely pitched up. Man hanging back on the circle just allows that one. You can't really afford to creep up with that short fence on the offside. Basically what has happened is they've gone from the right-hand pitch to the left-hand pitch, and keeps that one short boundary in play the whole time.
Very interesting with Eastern Storm yesterday. I had a bit of a chat with Jeffrey Toyana, their coach, yesterday just after the game. I'll just continue with that after this ball.
Oh, just straightening up on the right-hander from around the wicket.
So with Jeffrey Toyan, obviously with the way we spoke about how they got into the final, it's head-to-head and then it goes to the most amount of sixes. So they batted first yesterday. However, they knew that if they don't get the bonus point, because the bonus point would have put them to only 11 points. But if they don't get a bonus point and just get a normal win, they would need to get 6 sixes. So he went in yesterday knowing that a minimum 6 sixes needs to be hit in this innings.
And there's a couple of players in this team, as we see another one just there in the mid-wicket area. It's most players in this team don't really need the invitation to hit the sixes, but I think they would have loved the license.
No, definitely. So they went in yesterday with 3 overs to go in the innings. That they were on 5 sixes. They sent Shavir Khan a bit of a message out there to say, hey, we need sixes out here to make sure that we can get 6 sixes. If we don't get the bonus point, then we'll still be safe to go through to the finals.
Yeah, fantastic work done there yesterday by the Eastern Stormers. We look at the scorecard there. Seko Kune, 19 from 15 deliveries. The first man dismissed was Dani Rousseau, caught by the keeper Malika, bowled by Claudia Bokako for 9. And Aaron Visser and Grant Thompson at the crease. Partnership is 28. As we see Aaron Visser just struggling a little bit to get that strike rate up. He's 8 of 15 deliveries. They bowled very well to him. As we see a change in bowling. But a spin introduced. Jade de Klerk coming in.
Yeah, they've really put a lot of pressure on Festa here, which also will create a pressure on this partner on the other side.
Oh, lovely shot. As we say that, he just times one down the ground and he will double up. Oh, my word. We saw a very miraculous run out yesterday from the bowler bowling today. And that wasn't too far from a direct hit either from the fence.
Yeah, it's one of those that if it catches you napping and it hits the stumps, you might be out.
Most likely be only the one. Down to long off. Jade de Klerk, very good young bowler. And he does have that slider that comes into the right-handers.
Nikki, that one there. Down. Yeah.
Oh, you just hear the chatter on the field. Everyone's just busy. The keeper's busy making sure the angles are correct. And just look at this field. They got a deep gully, a short third man, and a backward point in position to make sure that the ball is not going to get cut by Thompson. A bit of a double bluff, firing it into his legs. Very well timed. And great fielding once again. Lovely slide pickup. Only the 2.
Yeah, it's a bit of a double bluff here. The old cliche in cricket, isn't it? You would have expected that with the way that they've pegged the offside, we'll be bowling it a bit wider.
Nate.
Okay, just looking for the 2. No thumble this time round. This is a fantastic over thus far. Gone for the 7, so give credit to the batters as well. Gone for 6 rather. Batters have done well. They've picked the gaps.
There is a lot of 2s also available on that offside, isn't there? It's very big boundary there. Lots of spaces to just drop it into that space and go for 2s.
Yes,
Oh, this time dropping onto the knee, trying to access that short fence and just hitting deep mid-wicket. That brings the over to a close. Oh, sorry, 1 delivery left. It's 70 for the loss of 2. Partnership is now 35.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, going back into his
Nikki.
crease. Oh, they're going to double up. Fantastic work done there on the deep extra cover. Now it brings the over to a close. It's his first, went for 8 in the over. 71 for the loss of 2.
Yeah, 71 for the loss of 2. You would say a lot of times we want the batters to hit the ball as hard as possible, but sometimes maybe a bit softer, because I think that time around, because of how hard he hit it, it got too quick to the fielder and they were not able to get for 2. So just a touch softer, because there's a lot of gap there. If you're not going for a boundary, just a touch softer, drop it into the gap, and that gives you an opportunity to get the 2 runs.
Yeah, play with soft hands every now and again is a good idea. Timing can sometimes cost you, as we saw there. As we see Jason Niemann coming to the attack, a double change and also double spin twins. He's going to be bowling to Grant Thompson. Working it around the corner with those wrists. Deep square picking up and just the one.
Yeah, just rolling his wrists that time around to hit it. You might feel that it might have rolled them a bit too much because there's more gaps in the middle than down to that square leg.
Lovely footwork. Again, just timed too good, but great awareness on the fence there. All the boundary riders on the offside is about 10 meters off the fence. Deep square is actually a bit further in, is about 15 meters off. Slog sweep this one, just push this one down the leg side for a while. You can just see him just lifting up his hand, apologizing for that one. He wants to fire it into those legs, make sure they hit to the bigger part of the boundary.
And he's the captain, so he will apologize to himself.
Again, great execution of a plan. But also no need for the Eastern Storm to get panicky. There's a lot of time left. They are right up there with the run rate. It's around about 8 if they can stay there till the 16th over. This time up in the air. This could be a chance. Yes, it is. It's been given away. As we said, they don't need to get panicky. This one just played up in the air. Grant Thompson, 26 of 16, looked to threaten. And this time, Jason Niemand got the best of him.
Yeah, Jason Niemand, captain to captain, getting that wicket there. You would say that there was something coming because there hasn't been a boundary in a long time since that Klatuka over. So very good bowling here from Jason Niemand to get rid of his counterpart.
Again, just those risks coming into play, not able to get it squarer, and a fantastic catch there on the boundary. Klatuka doing great work, a lot of ground to cover. And those ones that's dipping on you is not an easy catch to take. He did a great job there. Devon Murray coming in to bat. He's going to join Aaron Visser, who struggled a bit. He's 14 of 20 deliveries, so he needs to pick up the strike rate. And that could be the reason why Grant Thompson thought that maybe we just need a boundary here because my partner is just not hitting the gaps.
Yeah, definitely. We did speak about, obviously, you're betting in partnerships here. So if your partner on the other side is not getting the runs that's required, it puts a lot of pressure on you to try and get them. And as we look at a replay again, Grant Thompson just chipping it almost to that long on. It just looks like he was trying to look for that shot of putting it in the gap and trying to go for twos, but just could not.
See the catch on your screen there. And he's in play once again. Klatuka picking it up. Almost looked more suspect with that one on the ground than he did with the one in the air.
Yeah, he would say that he got his payback because remember the last boundaries that we had were 3 boundaries from his over by Grant Thompson, so now he caught him out.
Again, working all the way across his Visser. And just not getting the timing and the soft hands through so they can turn for that second. That's the end of the over. Successful over for Captain Niemand. The big wicket of Grant Thompson there. 78 for the loss of 3. And it's halfway. 10 overs gone. They're batting at 7.8. What do you think is the score that they'll be looking at to defend?
Look, I think they would be sitting and thinking, and certainly from up here, it looks like a very good wicket. There is a short boundary on the one side, so you would say that you need about 180 to be safe because there is a lot of gaps also. As we look a bit on the summary at the moment, Grant Thompson just went out a little bit earlier. The top scorer so far for 26 runs, Kabeles Kukune, went out for 19.
This one just heaved on the leg side. A lot of work to do once again, and that boundary field has been very busy. Great fielding, and the umpire nearly lost the ball there for a second.
Yes, I got him. Yes, sir. So I can back momentum, Liam. Yeah.
Jay de Klerk. Him and Niemand has got a knack of picking up wickets between them and also just stopping the scoring as well. Oh, playing it nice and late, and that's where that deep point comes in. Deep backward point is right on the edge of the circle with that third man that's positioned between third and gully, also on the circle.
Oh, J-Dolls.
That one just sliding on.
Looks to be going very quickly through the over here, JD Clerk.
Good work there, J-Doll. Yes, JD. Now, Jay.
Oh, playing it late once again, taking a risky single.
Jay.
And very well done. Just noticing it was to the left of Niemand, who prefers the right hand. Had to pick on the left hand side and turn and throw. Just gave him the opportunity to go through for that single.
Yeah.
Great
Left to me,
bowling.
Nicky.
Great
He's away,
bowling.
Caesar.
And I said earlier, no need to get panicky because the boundaries isn't coming. Just make sure you keep wickets in hand so you can have an onslaught in that last couple of overs. But you need to go deep, especially in a final.
Nah. J-Dolls. All boy.
Yeah, very good point that you're making there. You do know that also in the final, the scoreboard pressure plays a very big role. So maybe you might get yourself to that between 160, 170 area. And although it's a bit below par, but because of the stage that we are at in the final, might be a bit of a pressure for the team that is chasing to go get the score.
Also looking at the Sri Lanka A tour of South Africa. That's going to kick off in Poch. It's going to be fun this Saturday, and then the 31st, the first match between SAA and Sri Lanka there by JB Marks Oval. Hope you can enjoy it. It's going to be live on the CSA YouTube page. And then also the second match will be on the 2nd of September, 4th of September, and then we move to Kimberley between 8 and 11 September. That will be a first-class 4-day match. And then Benoni, 15 to 28 September, the second of those first-class matches. It's going to be a great tour. Always great excitement when one of the subcontinent teams comes to South Africa. That one I think will be called wide. Tlatuka did a great fielding, lovely catch, but again, kind of picking up where he left off with his bowling round.
Yeah, looked a bit stiff there. Bit of a ball just way outside that off stump. Very short, he just put it in there. Maybe it was just a bit of a loosener there from Tlatuka.
Oh, bit of an uppercut. Just couldn't get underneath it and get it over point. The ball just angled into the right-hander and he just managed to work it to that sweeper fence. Scores moved on to 84 for the loss of 3. Brand new partnership with the departure of Grant Thompson. Devon Murray is 4 of 6, and Visser still not able to get close to that 100 strike rate, 17 of 23. Very important for him not to give it away. Oh, lovely. Well pulled. Just the one. He's actually timing it pretty decently, but he's just not picking the gaps.
Yeah, definitely. He's hitting it. And it must be a bit of a frustration to the batter that I'm hitting it out of the middle of the bat, but not in the gaps that I'm looking for. And that is where the opportunities might be created for the fielding team, because he might feel that he needs to change something in order for him to get the runs that he's requiring.
Oh, another one chipped in. That might have just stuck in the pitch, and you could just see the reaction from the bowler there. He even stopped and admired that one.
Yeah, it looks like a bit of a change of pace there from Tlatuka, deceiving Devon Murray that time around. He nearly created an opportunity. He really got that extra cover in that mid-off fielder in the play there.
Oh, going too wide again. This is going to be called a no ball. Might just have overstepped. And he's walking into a different direction. I think he's... normally you get bowlers that pulls up for pulling a hamstring or something. He's pulled a sole. His sole's coming off his shoes there. Just shows you how much work he puts into that crease. Pretty big no ball. And would have been called a wide as well, but that means free hit for the batter. Maybe just what Devon Murray needs to get his innings going as well. Also only striking at around about 50%. And Tubile Tlatuka, good comeback in this over.
Yeah.
And a great captaincy by Niemand as well, because he's bringing him back now that the wicket of Thompson is gone, who took a liking to him when he was at the crease. Decided, listen, he is struggling a bit. A good time to bring him back. Not one of these batters have actually looked to attack. So I can get another over or two out of one of my strike bowlers, maybe pick up one, but it'll keep the runs down. It all depends on what happens in this delivery, though, because although the over is 5 balls in, only 3 legitimate deliveries have been bowled.
Yeah, that is the downside of it when you bowl in such a good over, but then you've got extras in between, especially a no ball that's a bit of a free hit that will allow the batters to just free their arms and hit the ball.
Now Tlatuka just meeting the turf there. Great throw. Oh my word. Great fielding there by de Klerk. He made a run out happen yesterday out of nowhere. Quick release, and again ball just bouncing over the wickets there. But this is kind of what the Storm needs to do now. They need to turn those ones into twos.
Yep, exactly what we've been speaking about earlier, hitting it into the gaps.
Oh, this one hit hard. What a fantastic shot that is. Devon Murray finally gets some timing. It's his first 4 of the day.
Yeah, who's looking to get gaps to get 2 when you can just hit it to the boundary like that. Wonderful batting here from Devon Murray. Going at a strike rate of 100, and Aaron Fesai still a little bit struggling with 18 from 24 balls. You'd say that they need a bit of an impetus from his batting. As we look at that again, Devon Murray, bit of width offered for him, hit it cleanly through that point area for 4.
Are they going to double up? He played this one with soft hands. Fantastic running. Although he's one of the best fielders in the team, he had no chance of a run out there. This is what we were talking about, those soft hands you mentioned earlier. Drop and go. Lovely work there by Devon Murray to close out this Tlatuka over. 12 gone, 94 for the loss of 3. Partnership that moved on to 18.
Yeah, a bit of a mixed bag here from Tlatuka in his over. A lot of inconsistencies with where he's trying to put the ball. At the halfway stage, after 3 balls, it only went for 5 runs. But he just let himself go a little bit here. But very good batting also from Eastern Storm. It's not just about the bowler, it's also about the batting and what they've done to try and make their runs. The last 3 balls, they managed to get 8 runs. So that is 13 runs from that Tlatuka over.
See, the man has done a lot of yards in the field. Jay de Klerk coming in for his 3rd over. Oh, wide ball, Big Nick. You could hear the noise up here. There was something on the bat there, and Visser's struggling innings comes to an end. He's gone for 18. And it's Jay de Klerk with a wicket, and a fortuitous wicket, because that was nearly on the wide line.
Yeah, again from Jay de Klerk, just pushing it a bit wide. Devon Murray just gets the toe of the bat. Very interesting that he stood there. He was not looking to go out, but we had it from up here, very far from the pitch. We could hear the nick from up here, so very good bowling from Jay de Klerk to get the wicket of Aaron Fessa, who was a bit struggling. He only get 18 from 25 balls. Was there for a long time, just couldn't get anything, any boundary. You'd say that he was a bit frustrated with the way that he has been batting. So it might not be a bad wicket from Eastern Storm.
Yeah, it might just be because this man has belted 1 or 2 big ones. Leandre Libber. As we just look at that one again, just look where he hit it. It's way past that. It would have been a wide ball. He just no feet movement, threw his hands at it. And I think he stood there more of disappointment of why did I play it than anything else. And mentioning Leandre Libber, he can really smash it. He's a big fella.
Ja, man, Jeff on in.
And a very hard worker in the crease as well. Maybe the partner that Devon Murray needs now. And also what the Storm needs just to get everything going again.
Yeah, definitely. You did say, you know, they say that at the 13-month mark, you are looking to double the score from where you are at that point. But you need wickets in hand, obviously, to get that right.
Immediately the ball. There's a little bit of purchase here for Jay de Klerk. He's just turning it nicely. Cuts away, this time finding the gap. That's a 4 just behind backward point. Lovely shot.
Yeah, a bit of width offered there to the batter, and Leandre just went back a little bit there to give himself even more width and hit it to that offside area. It's been a very good wicket that earlier on it offered a lot for the seam bowlers. There is something here for Jay de Klerk, and the batters also have felt in the game throughout.
This time round, Point just grabbing that one before it can get past. 2 deliveries to go in this 13th over, and as you mentioned, this is kind of where you want to double up.
Yes, JD. Down, Jay, down, Jay. Oh, yeah.
Gonna need wickets in hand. Libber was off. He had no doubt there was one. A little bit of ball watching by Devon Murray. Just wanted to make sure that it missed the fielder.
Yeah, Lebe, as soon as he hit it, he knew where he hit it and how nicely he hit it, and instead that deserved a single. And that's where he made sure that he went running first up.
99 on the board, 1 delivery to go in this 3rd over from Jay de Klerk.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and he prevents the triple figures. End of the 13th, 99 for the loss of 4. And it's a new batter, Leandre Libber, who's come to the crease to support Devon Murray, who's 12 of 12, and Leandre is 5 of 4. Might see the captain coming into the attack again. The spin has been working for the Eastern Storm. As we have a quick look there at the bowling figures, Claudio Bukako picked up the very first wicket, and that was the big wicket of Rousseau in the beginning. First wicket to fall. He's gone for 14 runs. Nico van Zyl bowled very well in that opening spell, only conceding 14 runs.
Yeah, definitely probably the one that will be saved to come back a little bit later to finish off the innings.
And this single does bring up the 100 for the Eastern Storm in the 14th over. It is of 84 deliveries, and it's been one of those roller coasters for the Eastern Storm. Good things, bad things. Good shot selection, bad shot selection. And then also the running between the wickets. And give credit to these guys. They've played 3 days in a row. This is their 4th day of playing.
Awesome,
Another
mate.
single
Awesome,
just to deep square.
Yeah, definitely would say that a bit of fatigue would be settling in here after playing 3 days in a row, and this is the 4th one. So it's one of those where mind over matter now becomes very important.
Big shout there, but this one just clipping the pad. The noise was there, but it was a nice soft noise. Umpire showing that it's just a pad. Oh, going for the big shot. Is this an opportunity? No, it is. He timed that to perfection, and that's the power of Leandre Libber. That's a maximum.
That is the power of Leandre Libber that we were speaking about. Got a bit of width that time around and hit it over that long off for a big 6 into the stands here at SuperSport Park. Very good contest that we have here. As we take a look at that again, Leandre Libber just getting the opportunity to free his arms and hitting it over that long off. I think Eastern Storm will be looking and saying that we need a little bit more of those runs. They are only going at 7.7 to the over so far. They'll be looking to push it a bit more to get as close to that 180, 190 mark.
Yeah, we've seen that is the score that's proving difficult. Oh, lovely batting. This one just pushed past that man in the covers. And just timed too well at the moment. But that's what, as a coach, that you want to ask you youngsters to do. It's 5s and 7s as we come to the end of the 14th over. It's 108 for the loss of 4 wickets. And it is KG making way for our legendary Ken Borland. It's been a fascinating morning with this partnership rocking on to 14. Marais and Libba both on lucky number 13. Ken, you've been enjoying the cricket?
Good morning, Kat. Good morning, listeners. Yeah, it's as you say, it's been an intriguing battle between bat and ball. Nicely set up. 6 overs left in this innings. 108 for 4. And well, one fancies two big hitters at the crease here, and Marco Marais and Leander Lubbe. So it's going to be very interesting as Jade de Klerk is in for his final over. Just a single off the first there.
And you would think if you're the Eastern Storm coach, you would ask one of these two to carry on. You need one of them at the end there in the 19th, 20th over and set.
Absolutely, that's it. Vital that preferably both, but absolutely one of them all. And that's trying to access that short leg side boundary there, Divan Marais. Perhaps a bit full for the shot.
As soon as it's tossed up, I think they just see short side and they want to go for it.
Yeah, the short boundary, I mean, it obviously causes problems for the bowlers on the fielding side, but it can also play on the batsmen's minds. That's going to be cut off by long on, just the one, and we saw that in Kabelo Sekekune's dismissal, where it was a short and wideish ball outside off stump, which was really there for the cut. But he tried to pull it across to the short leg side and got out. Oh, that's come out.
We're very lucky not to be called a no ball there.
Do you think that was an attempted arm ball, Kat?
I think it just slipped out. You can actually see the turn away from the right-hander there.
Better, again, the slog sweep. This time from Leander Lubbe. De Klerk seems to be bowling a bit quicker today than on previous days. Good over. There's just 4 runs off it. They'll get a single because of the knock on. It was hit firmly to point.
Yeah, you could see the fielder there trying not to show pain, but we could hear the thud in there. That hit him on the hip. That's going to leave a mark.
A little bit of turn on offer. I think, Kat, you were saying earlier this morning that the pitch may be a little bit damp early on, so there probably is a little bit of grip there for the slow bowlers.
Well, there's definitely something in it for them, and as soon as he's actually slowed it down a bit, he's gotten more turn. And it's not quick turn, it's very slow turn, so just show you that there is something in it for the spinners. And another thing that we've noticed throughout this innings, there's not been a lot of variations, not a lot of slower balls, slower bumpers, especially with the big part of the fence now being in Bukako's favour. Yeah, a slower bumper, top edge, even if he middles it, there's no pace on the ball. So it all becomes the batter's prerogative of where he's going to hit it. And with the way they've been picking fielders, you might just have a chance. 5 overs to go. Who knows? 112 for 4. Storm want to keep wickets in hand. They want at least 5 wickets in the bank in those last 3 overs.
Yeah, we did say earlier that 180 is probably par, judging by the scores of the week. They're going to have to go at sort of 12s for these last 5 overs, more than 12 and over to get there. So it'll take some doing, but they're 2 batters who are in and who we know can get the boundaries. That's not even going to be a run. Picked out point.
You see, that's where the Eastern Storm has been lacking a bit from their previous matches, is they just not picking the gaps as well as they did, especially that first day they played. They were picking gaps, and Sekekune was only seeing grass.
Yeah, it's a batting lineup that perhaps, even in that first game, they were very reliant on Kabelo Sekekune. There wasn't too much else from the rest of the lineup. Good supporting acts. That's pulled nice and hard, but again, picking up the fielder, it'll just be a single.
That's the quickest man on the park, most likely. Jay de Klerk is on that fence there. And you can see he is about 15 meters off the fence, and when he finishes up, he's It's even about 20 off the fence. Just shows you that the pitch is not really giving you that pace to really hit through the line.
Bukaka in again to Leander Lubana. Very, very short from Claudia Bukaka. Not a bad line, just outside the off stub. And
One for the over.
Leander Luba leaves it alone, which is interesting at this stage of a T20 innings.
You can just hear the clapping there. Bukaka staying on the pitch there. The umpires consulting. Batting team wants a wide being called. The bowling team says that wasn't that wide.
I'm with the bowling team on that one, I think. I think it was well within the red guideline you see there. It is just a guideline for the umpires. And of course, as the batsman moves across the crease, that also affects the umpire's judgment of a wide.
You can see Leander Lubbe moving very deep into his crease.
And he gets the half volley powered away, but again, just a single. Easterns, you fancy, you want some boundaries here, but they're proving hard to come by with some decent bowling by the East Camp Iinyathi.
Yeah, great communication there by the keeper as well, just showing that he's moved deep into his crease, and Claudia Bukaka just managing to get it a little bit fuller, because I think that Leander Lubbe would have measured it up to actually go over his head again. Go for that shot over long off.
Into the hole, there could be two here. Bukaka's scampering after it, and he's done well fielding off his own bowling to keep that to just a single.
Just slipping there in the non-striker's crease there was Murray. As he turned, he wanted to go for the quick turn, and he just couldn't find his footing. And what a fantastic over thus far. One ball to go in his third. And Bukaka, who's been one of the pick of the bowlers today, has done a fantastic job. Only 3 runs conceded in this, the 16th over.
He went for 17 in his first over. So depending on how this delivery goes, he's conceded just 4 more runs off his next 11 deliveries, which has really been outstanding. Slower and fuller and put away. That's going to be 4 square of the wicket. The variation from Bukaka there, but it was just too wide. The length also a bit too full, but really the width is what cost him there.
Just look at the replay there. Standing on leg stump is Leander Lubbe. And look at that slower ball, but just too wide. He had that whole piece to hit with. And with the short boundary there, any sort of timing past the fielder is 4 runs. And brings up the 120 for the Storm.
So 4 overs remaining. The Eastern Storm will be wanting 160 at least, bare minimum, but 60 off the last 4 overs has been done in T20 cricket several times. But
looking at the pitch, Ken, I think even a 170. A 170 finals, quick wickets up front, it will be competitive.
No, for sure. Absolutely. So, Nico van Zyl to bowl the 17th over. It's a good delivery. Good line and length, and not much else Divan Murray could do there, but just bunt it down to long on for the single. Boundary fielders are long on, long off. There's a man at cow corner and a man at quite a square deep cover. Again, nicely bowled by Van Zyl in the block hole.
That's great bowling. Yeah, 2 decent overs before this as well, only going for the 14 runs. Yeah, the boundary rise deep square, a wide-ish deep mid-wicket, a wide long on, also a wide long off, and then the sweeper on the fence on the offside.
Again, finding the block hole. This is really good bowling by Nico van Zyl. He's a tall guy as well, so when they can get it up into the block hole, it becomes especially awkward for the batters.
Now it's one of those things where you're not sure it's going to be a low full toss or just with the height it's coming down.
Just slightly wrong, a low full toss, and Leander Lubbe has got just enough on that to get it away to the fine leg boundary. Van Zyl not missing by much there, but it's costly, a boundary. Leander Lubbe has yet to be dismissed in this tournament, or sorry, no, he's been out once, but he's done well with the bat. Scores of 48 and 30, and he's going to be a very important man for the Storm in these closing stages. 21 or 15 now, 25 or 16 now for Lubbe. Oh, another full toss, but that was at a lovely hitting height, and over deep backward square leg it goes for 6.
Yeah, we were just singing his praises, hitting that block hole, and then I just mentioned you're not sure if it's going to be that low full toss, and all of a sudden he dished up 2 in a row there. A 4 and a 6, and you can see this one not timed perfectly, but with that short boundary you can just flick of the wrist and he knew that it was 6.
Better by Van Zyl. I was going to say that having found the block hole really well for the first 3 balls of the over, it's a difficult ball to bowl, and you are probably maybe tempting fate to keep trying to bowl there unless you really are a highly skilled international bowler, and perhaps digging the ball into the pitch for the variety would have been better than those 2 full tosses he ended up bowling. But he ends with the dot. It's 133 for 4 after 17 overs, and Aphiwe Mnyanda, who's been one of the most impressive bowlers in this competition, he is now going to bowl his 3rd over from the West Lane end, so it's likely that he's going to bowl 18 and 20, and to bowl the 19th over, there are 3 options, in fact, three seamers have a single over left. Latuka, Bukaka and Nico van Zyl all have 1 over left, but Aphiwe Mnyanda bowling to Divan Murray. The full Yorker, well executed by Mnyanda. It's a brave ball to bowl with the short offside boundary.
I'll tell you what, with the left arm coming in, it just cramps you for that extra bit of space. So you must just be careful for the length.
And the line, he obviously can't get too wide of the right-hander, others he'll be asking for trouble. There is a deep cover in place. Bit of a slower ball from Mnyanda. The timing wasn't really there, but early on the shot, he had to dive to make the 2nd as it was dragged across to square leg.
I don't think that Eastern Cape will mind this at all. They feel that they're in with a run-out opportunity as soon as they want to make those 1s into 2s. Devon Murray, 20 of 23, and Leandre Lubbe is already on 33 once again. You mentioned his scores. He's a very consistent run scorer for the Eastern Storm, and he is someone with a lot of power. He's pretty quick between the wickets as well. He is a very, very big individual. See him on his screen there, just fastening those spikes of his.
Yeah, he didn't play in the first game, but he certainly seems to have added a bit of impact to the Eastern middle order.
Just maybe starting off the wrong foot. There was Aphiwe Mnyanda just pulling up about 5 meters from the crease. And run rate still harboring just under the 8. They've just not managed to get it over that 8 mark since the 2nd over.
Long on is doing a few circles below us. Thought he was going to move, but is back where he was. A short ball from Mnyanda. 1 bounce to square leg.
It's that massive boundary over there. 5 or 7 meters off the fence and still got it only about 6 meters in front of him. Well, that's the danger if you want to go to that big fence, and especially with Nyanda just taking the pace off. They're bowling those variations. Got to throw everything at it. This now becomes that part where you've got to have a boundary in each over.
Down there, was there, Bush? There was certainly a noise. But I think it must hit the thigh pad because it hasn't been called wide either. There was definitely a noise off the thigh pad.
Sound very soft.
Umpire Sipilele Gasa turning down the appeal for caught behind. Nice take by Tsadisi Malika.
See what normally the batters will give you an indication if they've touched it. It's that quick turnaround. Just looking at the umpire.
And with a little pat on his leg just in case the umpire missed it. Oh, full toss, slow ball came out wrong. Bashed down the ground for 4 by Divan Murray. And the other umpire in today's game is Tumeleng Mjoli.
Now that delivery just came out wrong. You're going to hear as soon as he hit it, the ball has not even reached the fence. And Nyanda was already giving a grunt there.
Taking cover as well because he knew it was coming back at him.
Look at the replay there. Just getting it wrong. Slower ball. Trying to bowl that back of the hand.
If you are going to miss, probably the right place to miss there. It will be 2 though, as it's well placed wide of long on. So Apiwe Mnyanda, 5 wickets in the tournament before today. So he's yet to add to that in this final of the Momentum Health Challenge, but he's having another good outing. That's 3 overs he's bowled now for just 20 runs. Hardest Viljoen, the evergreen new signing for Northern Cape. He's the leading wicket taker with 7. And Tumelo Similani, the impressive spinner, has 6 wickets. We'll see him in action, no doubt, later today for the Eastern Storm. Along with Aman Khan, who bowled very well in that first game, picked up 4 wickets. He's got 5 in total. And that's what Apiwe Mnyanda's got as well. So the penultimate over now to be bowled by Nico van Zyl from the Henops River end.
A very important over this for the Storm and for the Eastern Cape. They would also have a total in mind that they'll be happy chasing.
Well struck, but will it clear long off? Yes, it will. Super hit by Leander Luba.
He just got underneath that one and just made sure that he's got the elevation to get it over that man. No intention of picking a gap. He's just going to hit it over the fielders. And that brings that very close to that 150 mark. 149 for the loss of 4. And he's moved on and rocketed on to 40 of 21.
It's been a great innings by, well, the management gave his name to us as Leander Luba. He might be better known as Juan Luba, though. Good comeback by Nico van Zyl. Luba is a product of Murray Viljoen High School, just 22 years old, and it looks like a good one for Easterns here in the middle order.
Yeah, he definitely has the composure. He builds in innings. Good worker between the wickets as well, and then he's got that big levers.
There he goes again. It's a no ball as well, so this is going to be costly. 6 runs wide of long off. Another super shot by Luba, and it's going to be a free hit to come as well. Definitely not what you want in the penultimate over.
Exactly what the Eastern Storm would have wanted. That means it is 13 runs of just 2 deliveries with Leandre Luba having a free hit as well. Look at that, just opening up the face and just throwing that hip through. Lovely shot, second maximum of the over.
So naughty Nico van Zyl. How badly will he be punished? Not too badly. Hit out too long on. just for the single. Lubbe also bowls a bit of off spin, so he looks a very handy T20 package.
He's a very, very great all-rounder. Great to have in your team in that middle order. And the 150 has come up with that big 6 as well. 157 for the loss of 4. Oh, Nico van Zyl, a lot of work to do in this over. 3 deliveries left. Already has gone for 14 runs.
That's going to be called wide, I think. Has he got away with that?
Oh, bit of Christmas in August.
Umpire Mjoli, clearly a generous man.
Let's just look at the replay there. I think it's might have just snuck over the line.
Batter might have moved across. No, no, that's very lucky to get away with that. Bit closer to the batter this time, and they're rushing back for 2. It's a long throw as well from out there, so Duvan Murray back quite comfortably, and he's now got his innings to run a ball, 28 off 28.
You can see just immediate 2 called there because he knows that that last over you want Leandre Lubbe to be on strike.
Nicely put in the block hole by Van Zyl, just a single. And so it's going to be Murray who will be on strike for the final over. 160 for 4, the Eastern Storm. So they've reached what I think we'd consider the kind of minimum competitive score. And now it's about how much they can pile up in this final over, which will be delivered by Piwe Mnyanda.
Yeah, Nico van Zyl, 4 for 44. Oh, sorry, 4 overs went for 44 runs. He did a great job in the beginning. His 2 overs only going for 14. That means the next have gone for 30 runs. But it was Lubbe who took a liking to him. He's on 47 of 24. 29 of 29 is Devon Murray.
So Lubbe, Murray rather, has long boundary to the leg side, as will Lubbe when he gets on strike. We'll see if he can successfully target the offside on the short side. Let's see where Mnyanda bowls. Oh, Murray was trying to target the offside, but stepping outside leg, directed by Malika. Lubbe's home though.
That's not what the captain would have wanted from Malika. That should have been gathered cleanly. It would have been a dot ball. Now it's just a bye and it brings up that 161.
Yeah, the bowler did very well, Inyanda, to counteract Murray stepping outside leg stump, trying to access that offside.
See, they're just not a great take by Malika. Should have taken that cleanly.
So Lubbe, and there's going to be a change in field with long off going back and the deep cover coming in.
This partnership has moved on to 66.
That just dipped a bit on Lubbe. Fortunately for the bowler, because if he'd made contact with that, I think it could have travelled.
And what a great ball that was. I don't think he expected pace on, and he just fired it right into those legs. Knows he's got protection on the leg side. He's got deep square, deep mid-wicket, and also long on the fence. Long off on the fence as well. Only 4 on the boundary. And deep fine leg as well, I beg your pardon. Next one most likely be fired into those legs again.
Nicely paddled around the corner by Lubbe. Fantastic shot, Maria rather, fantastic shot. Bit wayward for Inyanda, but very well put away by young Duvan Murray.
Great batting. That was a fantastic awareness that he has. It would have been called a wide as well, but just look where he's placing this. He knows that fine leg is very wide, And what the plan is, look at that, just working around a corner, a little paddle around the corner.
Very slick by the young man, who I think does have a bit of a hockey background as well, so that shot a little bit like what he would have slapped around on the hockey field. And now the pull shot, fine leg in business again. Oh no, he's made a total mess of that. I was just going to chastise the batsman for maybe not running harder for the 2, but the fielder, Nico van Zyl, has given them double that.
Maybe just feeling the brunt of that 2 overs that he's bowled, especially in that penultimate over, maybe still playing on his mind, and you can just see going through the legs. That's another 4, 2 deliveries to go in this over, and what a final over it's been. 170 up. They can get 2 more boundaries. Oh, how close to that 180 can they get?
They'll be very happy. Yeah, it's a bit of tired fielding by Nico van Zyl. End of a long week. He might have another game tomorrow against the Titans if the Iinyathi win this match. And trying that little paddle around the corner again, Divan Marais, but this time just a single. Libba on strike for the last ball of the innings. He's 2 away from a 50. He'll be looking for more than 2 though. Of course, the way this Momentum Health Challenge works, the winners of today's final, their reward is to take on the Momentum Multiply Titans tomorrow in a T20 match, a warm-up for the Titans for their season starting towards the end of September. Launched away over cow corner, high and handsome. That's the finish that the Eastern Storm wanted, and that's 50 for Leander Libba off just 26 deliveries.
What a shot. You could just see him deep in that crease. He was waiting for that back of a length. He decided he's going to go big, or he's not, he's going to go out, and it's just a massive shot. For those, not everyone can see this field like we do. That is at least an 85-meter fence, and he's cleared that with about 10 to spare. Just look at him deep in his crease, going across and just opening up that front leg and just absolutely thumped it for a maximum.
Yeah, fantastic shot. That's his 5th 6 for Jean Libba, and to go with 3 4s. So a fantastic finish by him. 16 off the last over. Conceded by Piwe Mnyanda, which is a pity. It's rather ruined his very tidy figures. Divan Marais ends on 38 not out off 33 balls, and their partnership really the crucial one in giving the Eastern Storm a very competitive total of 177 for 4. Gert Maloney, the bowlers, anyone particularly catch your eye there?
Well, the spinners actually did a great job. I was surprised that Jason Niemand only bowled the 2 overs. I think they kept it down, although they went for more than a run a ball, but they both picked up a wicket. That was the thing that was so sad to see, that Jason Niemand only bowled the 2 overs. He went for 16, and then the other wicket takers was Jay de Klerk, who went for 22. Between those two, the 6 overs have only gone for 36, so they were kind of going at 6 and over with 2 wickets in their spells, and then it was just the last few overs. Nico van Zyl did a great job in those first 2 overs, only going for 14, then getting absolutely thumped by Libba. Claudio Bakako was a decent at times, but also not getting the right lines, and Piwe Mnyanda, like you mentioned, pity of that last over. He bowled brilliantly up until then, but wicketless at the moment.
So 177 for 4 then posted by the Eastern Storm. The Eastern Cape Iinyathi have 178 to get in 20 overs to win the Momentum Health Challenge, to join us again in a little under 10 minutes. And just a reminder that actually from Saturday, Pitch Vision and the Cricket South Africa YouTube page will be having live coverage of the South Africa A, Sri Lanka A series, which starts in Potchefstroom with 3 50-over matches. And so just a reminder that you can also catch live coverage of those games as well. See you in a bit.
Thank you guys. Doing so. Beetje eigenlijk. Ja, you washing windows? That?
And we are back. Welcome back to the second innings of this match, where Eastern Storm finished quite well. They are batting with Leandre Leber in particular, scoring some runs at the deep end there. Much needed runs, you would say. At some point it looked like they might struggle to get to that 160, 170 area, but then they ended up getting 177, which I think will be a very, very good total here. Scoreboard pressure will have a lot to do today. And as we say that, the man that finished with a flurry of runs, Leandre Leber, is actually going to start with the bowling, with the momentum that he's been having. With me in commentary, it's Gert Maloney. Gert, welcome back to commentary.
KG, thank you very much. I was blessed to see that Leandre Leber innings, that 50 that he scored. Fantastic battings, finishing up on 54. Keeper Malika facing up.
Ball, Buckles!
Leber just in that block hole. You don't see that a lot from a spinner, just throwing it up there in the block hole, making sure that there's no runs coming off his bowling. And Leber just straight down, and Malika just gets better on it. You would say poor fielding there at short 45. That should have been stopped, even though it was a bad ball. That's the first runs of the match from Malika, getting a boundary of the second ball from Leandre Leber.
Oman Khan looks like the culprit there. Should have stopped that one. That was not a great bit of fielding. And it's a start that Malika would have wanted. Just getting a nice wide delivery on his leg stump, able to paddle it around. Gain in that block hole area there, just making sure that it's not giving him much to work with, no width, no length whatsoever, restricting him from scoring any sort of runs here.
Ball, Buckles!
Again, good bowling from Leandre Leber, with Malika hitting it back at him.
And it's one of those things where you, as a captain, you'll feel that, listen, he's on a high, he scored a 50, let's give him the ball as well. He might just be the golden ticket for the day.
White ball this time around, just straight down that leg side. Just a bit too straight, and ends up being a white ball there. A bit of a freebie here for Eastern Cape Iinyathi.
Ball, Buckles!
That time around, but Malika doesn't get the connection that he was looking for. Good over so far from Leandre Leber. 5 balls in the over and is only gone for 5 runs.
Ball,
Good
Buckles!
finish to the
Ball,
over
Buckles!
from Leandre Leber. Bit of a shout there, but nothing. Very good over from Leandre Leber. I remember when we played a bit of cricket, a bit of club cricket back in the days, we'd say in a 20 over match, you're looking to play a 19 over match, and the way that you do is that you steal the first over, and that was an exhibition of stealing the first over, not expecting to have a spinner up front, just come in, goes quickly through the over, and then when you look now, you've only got 19 overs to go.
And also not expecting Leber to be the one that's going to be bowling that first over. That was a bit of a curveball as well, because you would expect someone like coming in now, Divan Postumus coming in.
Right some over.
Yeah, and you think if there's a spinner that you're going to bowl probably a Similani, who's the more recognized spinner, but it was Leandre Leber after getting that 50 to say, take the momentum into the bowling.
That's exactly what you were looking for. But this power play is going to be very important for both teams. Eastern Cape wants to get off to a bit of a flyer to make it the run chase a little bit easier for them. And then Storm wants to restrict them to...
Bit of a shape there from Divan Posthammers that looked like it was just tailing away from Nathan Roo, who just blocks it out for a dot ball. Very good bowling, very good start here from Posthammers.
Very good start there, and he just wants to carry on the work. that Libba has done. That required rate is 9.2.
Morano tucked him in a little bit, but good shot here from Roo onto that big leg side. Then they come back for 2, which is something that we said the Eastern Storm would have liked to do more a little bit earlier in their innings. And the Eastern Cape Iinyathi showing them how to have a bit of a deft touch to make sure that you plug it in that gap to be able to come back for 2.
Placement exquisite there by Roo. Facing up to Posthumous.
Giving himself a bit of room going, and Posthumous following him, but he followed him a bit too much there and straying down their leg side for a wide ball.
Yeah, I saw the batsman going, wanted to follow him, but just followed him way too much.
Yeah, it's the battle of the Eastern teams here. Eastern Cape Iinyathi versus Eastern Storm. So it's a battle of the Eastern team. Which one will be the better Eastern today? Roo just tucks it down once again. Another 2. Very good running, very good placement from Roo there to make sure that they double up.
Yeah, fantastic work once again there. Just the placement. So good from Roo. And that man at the fence has got such a big vast of land to cover. A great start thus far. No risk.
Once again, good shave from Posthumous. Not afraid to pitch it up here early on. There is a bit of shave for him, and he saw that there's a bit of assistance, and he said, you know what, that's giving him the confidence to pitch it up early on. Very good bowling here from Devan Posthumous.
Must just be very careful not to give too much to the batter there. There's a short fence. He's got no protection on the boundary on the offside. All his protection is down at third man and then deep square.
Once again, Roo just going to the leg side, and Posthumous followed him. Just hit the pad there for a dot ball. Very good over so far from Posthumous. Only 5 runs in the first 5 balls. He'll be looking to close up this over.
And so will the Eastern Storm in, looking maybe just to close up the over well, making sure that the over is no further damage. And then Eastern Cape might want to look at another double. Even if they can find a fence, will be great from here and in.
Well, this time a bit shorter from Posthumous, and Roo says thank you very much for straying on that short length. Hits it past that deep square leg, just to the right of a square leg for a boundary. The first of the match. Very good bowling, very good batting here rather from Nathan Roo. You spoke about how Eastern Cape Iinyathi will be looking to close up the over, and that is a good way for them to do that. 9 runs coming off that second over.
Exactly what the doctor ordered, taking them to that 14. Now going at exactly 7, and if they can just keep around about that 7-8 mark, that means that the run rate will stay around about the 9 required. And the boundary balls does come. We've seen that. There's a lot of extras on there as well, and with such a big field you can double up on almost any ball.
Yeah, definitely. New ball into the attack from the Hennops River, and it's Andrew Rasemenya, who obviously was with the Titans or the Northerns for some time before moving down to Northern Cape Heat and then coming back up now to Eastern Storm. Rasemenya just goes straight there to Malika. He would have felt that he missed out there a little bit. That was on his pads. That was there for the taking, but just didn't get the connection that I was looking for. Hit it straight to that short 45.
Yeah, got away with that one, did the bowler. Rasemenya should have gone for 4 there, but a bit of a loose snare. Every now and again you need a bit of luck as a bowler. Batters get way too much in this game. So when you have the little rabbit's foot in your pocket, you use it.
To Malik. Ooh, cramped him up a little bit. Opportunity created, but that just dropped short of Grant Thompson at first slip, who looked like he slipped. The first slip slipped there, and then the ball just went over him. Third man just come in to get it for a single. Very good bowling from Andrew Rasemenya. They're troubling Malika early on in his innings.
I actually think that the skipper completely misread that one. He thought it was going to come at him a lot quicker. You can see him just still sitting there on his backside.
Hopefully there isn't an injury there. It just looks like it's just disappointment. As you say, a bit of just misjudgment from his side.
He might have just fell on those ribs as well. He might just be a bit winded. He did come down very hard. It's a big man, long way down.
And Roo just comes across, accesses that short boundary on the legs that hits it handsomely over mid-wicket for a 6.
I'll tell you what, Roo has come in and his placement, even if that didn't go for 6, there's no fielder close to it. His placement has been fantastic, his timing has been exquisite, and he just looks like he's going to be the threat for the Eastern Storm.
Yeah, definitely. And you look at that shot that he hit it for a 6, but he did not swing too hard at all. Wonderful timing, kept his eyes on the ball, hits it over that mid-wicket for a wonderful 6. First maximum of the innings. Again, just a bit wider this time around, and Roo gets a thick outside edge down to that third man for a single.
Even the edge is going into the gaps at the moment.
Yeah, you just mentioned how he's been timing the ball, how he's been getting it well, and that's the luck that always comes when with somebody that in a bit of a good touch. Those edges also they find fielders, but on the ground, and is able to come through for a second. It is a good partnership to have up front. Having a left and right combination up front will be good for Eastern Cape Iinyathi, because the bowler needs to change his line for every ball if you get the singles. Bit tighter that time around. Wonderful fielding there at point, just pushes it. They manage to come back for a 2. Good running from Eastern Cape Iinyathi.
It just shows you where great fielding actually cost them there for a second. Fantastic fielding, and he just palmed it away from the man here at third man fence. Just able to pick up that second. Great pressure being applied here by Malika and Roo. Partnership 24.
No.
Just saw Malika just moving to the leg side, and he just followed him there. Malika is probably looking to just access that shorter boundary on the offside, but could not get it through the gap, and that's the end of the third over. The Eastern Cape Iinyathi are 24 for naught after 3 overs.
Yeah, and a fantastic start for the Eastern Cape Iinyathi. They're going at 8 to the over exactly, and they need 9.1. So if they can just keep this going, they'll take the game nice and deep. And then middle overs, you can assess where you need to be, because the equation is 154 of 102 deliveries. As we see Aman Khan coming into the attack, I've been very excited to see him bowling. He bowled that very first day, picked up a 4-fer. Oh, he looks like a fantastic bowler.
Ball. And Roo just comes down, opportunity for a run out. That didn't hit the stumps. Roo just looks like he's also a bit of a busy player, isn't he? He's looking to go across, going to the leg side, and that time around just coming down, charging down to Aman Khan.
Yeah, he's a very busy guy in the crease as well, but he's got that exquisite timing as well. He's very fit
Ballers right
young man,
around.
is Nathan Roo. And Malika equally so. The two of them will be a nightmare on a big field like this if they can keep picking the gaps, because they will make you work for those wickets. As I mentioned, great start thus far.
Look at top edge into that vacant position there behind the keeper, and it just goes for a 4. He's one of those who'll be looking that it was a top edge, but there's no better place to hit the ball than straight either side of the wicket. So Fortunate boundary there from Malika over the keeper's head, down to that vacant area for 4.
I see he's practicing the paddle there. Definitely not the shot he was going for. He was going for the big pull. And Aman Khan, very unlucky to concede the boundary there.
Just looked like he got a little bit big on him there. Straight a bit fuller this time around from Aman Khan. Bit of excitement. There's a bit of shape here. We did speak about it in the first innings that there is assistance definitely for the bowlers, for the seam bowlers. Early on here with a nice new ball. And we can see that from Aman Khan. Post Hammers also in his first over. There was a bit of patches that he was getting from the pitch here.
Yeah, Posthumous showed that this end does have a bit of shape. Aman Khan got that one to get back into the left-hander. Now the right-hander, Roo, who's been going very well at 16 of 9 deliveries.
Just again, we speak about how he likes to just move around the pitch a bit. And he just moved to the leg side to try and access that shorter boundary on the offside. Didn't get the connection that I was looking for, but got some kind of a connection, and they ended up going through for a single.
That's the first one he's actually mistimed a bit because he wanted to go over, and thus far every shot he's kind of gone for as he reached the middle of the bat. The chatter is nice and up from the Eastern Storm. They feel they're still in it.
Malika just coming down. Very good shot over that mid-on. He just came down, met it halfway. Make sure that if it's a shot, if it's a back of a length, it's just going to meet it. As you see again, Malika just coming down here, taking a couple of steps down, hitting over that mid-on for a 4.
Knowing that there's a lot of space over that man, didn't need to overhit it, just get it over the fielder. The outfield's been very, very quick over the last couple of days. So as soon as it clears that man, it's a 4.
Come to Malika, a bit of a thicket. Half of the bat going down to that point area. Will they come back for 3? Oh, will it be 4? It's actually a 4. You just mentioned about how quick the outfield is, and that is a good exhibition just to show how quick it is. If you look at that again, just between that cover and point, the fielders always felt that there's a bit of a chance for them to pull it back, but that outfield pushed it down.
Very, very quick, that outfield, and it's a great finish to the over there. 3 boundaries in that over, and that's really lifted up the run rate and dropped that required rate. Now going at 9.8 is the Eastern Storm, and only requiring 8.7, so a run ahead of the run rate required.
Yeah, it'll be very good from them. Obviously, they'll be looking at the fact that they've also not lost any wickets so far. We've spoken about how important it is to make sure that you don't lose your wickets, because that slows down the scoring rate, but they haven't lost any wickets so far. So very good batting here from Eastern Cape. Iinyathi, they'll feel that they are ahead at the moment in the game. They just need to keep on going the way that they are going, not losing any wickets, and when the opportunity presents itself for them to hit that 4, they'll just take it through. As I say that there's a change of bowling from the Hennops River end with Divan Posthammers changing ends. There's a bit of width there, and Roo just throws his hands at it. A very thick edge. There is no slip there, and it goes down to the third man area for a 4. There is a third man, but it's a bit wide and could not cut that one out.
Now Posthumous trying for a bit of width, make sure that he hits to the biggest part of the ground. That shape taking it away from the right hand and just getting a nice juicy edge to it. And with the way the field is set up, that's actually a very safe shot. Third man on the fence just could not cut it off. Posthumous just going way too wide.
Posthammers the time around, puts it back for a shorter ball. Very good ball bowling there from Posthammers. Try not to be too predictable. If you look at in the first over, he was a lot more fuller, but this over looks like he's pushed his length a little bit back. Just giving the batsman something to think about. They do know that he's got good shape, he's got a good full ball, but now he's just pulling it back, constantly getting them to think about their batting. Pitches it up this time around, and Roo just hits it down to that mid-off for a single. That's what I was just speaking about now, that he's just varying his length here, not making the batters feel comfortable in the length that he's going to bowl to them.
Well, credit to the batters. They've been making it very hard for the bowlers to settle into a line. We saw Malika in the previous over just walking down to Arman Khan, just a step down the crease to hit him over long all for a four, long on rather. And then also we see that the right-left combination is also a nightmare for the Eastern Storm at the moment.
This time around, just straight down. As you were speaking about that is the length and the line that he was bowling for the righty, but left-hander now bowls the same. Malika says that's a free hit for me, hitting it over that short 45 for a 4. As we take a look at that again. Malika just get him good bat on it. He just knew that there is a vacant area there. He just needs to get it over the man for a 4, and he did that quite well.
No intent to keep that one down. And again, a fantastic over thus far by the Eastern Cape Iinyathi. 9 from it already.
Again, Posthamus just straying down that leg side there. He's getting good shape, but he needs to get his line sorted here. Looked like he was more comfortable bowling to the right-hander, but we spoke about how crucial it is to have that left and right combination, and it's proving to be a bit difficult for Posthamus to adjust to bowling to different batters.
And making life very difficult for Daniel Rousseau, the keeper.
Once again, straying down that leg side, really struggling here to get his radar. And that's a wide ball and 2 runs taken. And that's the 50 up. That is 52 for naught after 4.4 overs. Eastern Cape Iinyathi going very well here.
Yeah, it's a great start. It's exactly what they would have wanted. And no wickets lost. At the moment batting it over, 11 to the over. There's still an over and a half left of the power play.
This time around, getting his line a little bit better. Malika hitting it straight back at him, just ricochet to that offside for a single. Very good batting here from Eastern Cape Iinyathi. We'll do obviously a comparison at the end of the 6 overs, but at the end of the 6 overs, Eastern Storm were 55 for 2, and currently the Eastern Cape Iinyathi are 53 for naught, with still 7 balls to go in this power play. Good bowling, better bowling here from Posthamus. He does enjoy bowling to the right hand a little bit more with that movement away. And that's the end of the 5th over. Eastern Cape Iinyathi are 54 for naught.
Yeah, and those 2 wickets that you mentioned, the power play for the Eastern Storm, that was their 2 openers. That was back in the hut, the wicketkeeper Daniel Rousseau, and then also Seko Kune, who's the Centurion on the first day against the Eastern Cape. So those 2 big wickets and just stopped the flow of runs because they got off to a flyer, and then all of a sudden those 2 wickets just brought everything back. But these 2 has put up a 50 partnership as well with that 50 that's come up onto the board. Andrew Rasamene also changing ends just like Posthumus did.
Yeah, looks like they are looking for something and they'll keep changing until they find it. Semenya to Ruru, gives himself room to access that offside, and he hits it in between that cover and point for a wonderful boundary. Very good batting continuing here from Roo.
Fantastic shot. And you can just see him, just a little bit of room, giving back onto that leg stump and just absolutely thumping it through that point region, cluttering into the boards. Oh, the timing. Whenever he's looked to be aggressive, the timing is just sublime from Rousseau. I beg you, from Roo.
Semenya that time around straying down. Fortunately for him, there was a bit of a pad there of Roo. It looks like Posthamus and Semenya have changed as to look for something, and so far they haven't found it. The over of Ivan Posthamus went for quite a lot of runs, and Andrew Rasemenya also here struggling to get his radar earlier on in the change of ends.
Yeah, just no change of fortune for the bowlers at the moment.
Andrew gives himself room once again, and this time around hits it down to that vacant long off area for very good batting here from Nathan Roux.
Yeah, you could see Thompson just turned around and wanted to go chase that one, but as soon as it's past, especially the straight boundaries, it is 4 runs. And just to let the viewers know that there are some names on the shirts that will suggest that it's another person, but it's not. Some of the playing kits, because the season only starts deep in September. Not all the playing kits have arrived.
A bit straighter from Andrew Rasemenya. Roux just hits it onto that mid-wicket area for a single.
But again, already 4 balls in, 9 runs coming from it. This is fantastic batting by the Eastern Cape Iinyathi.
Very good batting. To speak about shirts a bit earlier, I saw the shirt of Tumela Mudibe, the coach of Eastern Cape Iinyathi on, and I thought he came out of retirement.
Now, most of us in our middle 40s will tell you that's very highly unlikely. Once you've gotten used to being at home and being up here, does make a difference.
Full this time around from Rasemenya. Maleka gets good bat on it, hits it down the ground for a wonderful shot from Maleka. He's been looking very good in this tournament so far. He's always looked like he's got the potential to score the runs. As we look at that again, very good shot here from Maleka down the ground for a 4.
Yeah, Sekokune thinking of the dive and it thought maybe I can haul it in, but as I said, once the ball is hit straight, it just quickens up as it reaches the fence. And one more delivery to go in this power play, and what a power play it's been for the Eastern Cape Iinyathi. Already 67 runs coming from it, and more importantly for Eastern Cape, no wickets.
That is a very big aspect, isn't it? It allows you to just keep on playing freely. A bit. Pulled it back a little bit there from Andrew Rasemenya. Good fielding from Grant Thompson, but very good running. We've been speaking about how they've been timing the ball well, but also just look at how they've been running, putting pressure constantly on their fielders here.
15 runs coming from that over, and oh, look at that. Lucky number 69 on the board, no wickets, and power play done and dusted. If you just have a quick look through what's happened today is Leandre Libbe scored a fantastic 54 of 26 with Jade de Klerk being the pick of the bowlers, 1 for 22, and he's very well backed up by Devon Murray as well. He's 38, but thus far Eastern Cape Iinyathi just looks like there's no stopping them to play against the Titans tomorrow. Nathan Roux on 32 of 18, and Malika 1 run short, also 18 deliveries, scoring the 31.
Definitely, the two have been batting very well. It's amazing how many times we've spoken about how Roux has batted so well. But you look at the other side, Malika is staying right up there with him. 31 of 18. That's the difference of 1 run between the two batters. Very good partnership happening, complementing one another so well in this partnership. And Tumelo Simelane will come from the Henops River end. First up, Roux just going to the leg side, stays leg side of the ball, just hitting it straight to Kabelo Kukune, the extra cover. Simelane, very good bowling from Tumelo Simelane. Ball quite decently throughout this tournament, hasn't he?
He's definitely be one of the pick of the spinners, and I'll tell you what, if the Eastern Storm has any chance of winning this match, he's the guy who's got to pull it back for them. You've got to feel that he's been taking wickets. He's been in the mix the whole time. His runs per over has been fantastic, so he's not conceding too many runs. You just feel he needs to be the man to pull it back for the Eastern Storm here.
Malika just accesses that leg side, hitting it down. Feel that shot just to cut it down for another single.
Coming now, boys, come on.
Yes, Simelane will be very crucial in the innings of Eastern Storm. They're already a little bit behind the game here within Eastern Cape. Iinyathi just needing 7.9 to the over, so we feel like this is the man that's going to get us back into the game. A bit of width that time around, but Roo does not get bet on it. Simelani's got a lot of experience as a guy that's also been around for quite a while. A couple of years ago, actually, when the Titans were looking for a left-arm orthodox, he practiced with them to see if he can potentially play for them.
So he knows the area very well. That's Simelani, and this is clever batting. Eastern Cape Iinyathi don't, with the start that they've had, don't need to look and play expansive cricket. They can just milk the spinner. Because he's been bowling so well, just make sure that he doesn't create any damage for them, and Eastern Storm will hope he picks up a couple of wickets.
Good shot down, Malika. As we were singing his praises, Simelani just throws down on Malika, says thank you very much, hits it down to that fine leg for a very good shot here from Malika to end the over of Simelani. After 7 overs, Eastern Cape Iinyathi are 76 for naught. And as you say that's the end of Gert Maloney, and Ken Boland will be joining me back in commentary.
Well, hopefully not the end of Gert Maloney. He will be back, hopefully, for the conclusion of the game. But it's been pretty wayward bowling by the Eastern Storm, one has to say, particularly in the power play, both sides of the wicket. Various lengths, and we saw in the first 50 runs came up off 32 deliveries, 4 overs and 4 balls. There are already 7 fours and a 6 in those 50 runs, so pretty much a couple of boundaries every over conceded, as Xavier Khan is introduced into the attack. Makes a reasonable start, just a single.
Yeah, you make a good point there about how they've been straying all over the place. They haven't been consistent in where they're bowling. But that's also a lot of credit to the batters and the pressure that they've been putting them on. Spoke about how Roo in particular has been moving around his wicket, coming down, going to the offside, going to the leg side, just to make the bowlers think a little bit more. And that has upset what the bowlers are trying to do.
Oh, that one just seemed to stick in the surface a little bit and pop up at Sidisi Malika. Yeah, very good point, KG, about the batting. There certainly has been a lot of intent and the willingness to try things. And as you say, that's just put the bowlers off their games a bit. Wider that time, Xavier Khan, and really cramping Nathan Roo.
And that is an example of what we're speaking about. Nathan Roo is a very busy player. He's always looking to make something happen here. Not just happy to just sit and settle and wait for the ball. He's making something happen out of this game.
And there we go. Just speaking about it, KG, across the stumps he goes, looking for the paddle. Fine leg is up. Just missed out there. And it's been an excellent opening partnership. 78 now. And that means they've got exactly 100 to win now, off 74 balls. And with all their wickets in hand, Eastern Cape Iinyathi are really very strongly placed. Slower ball from Xavier Khan, but Malika waited really well and got it away for 2 down towards fine leg.
Yeah, well waited there, just to make sure that he can get a bat on it. We did speak about how big that boundary on the leg side is, and that allows them to just come back for the 2.
Not particularly well timed. It'll be 1 bounce to the man running in from cow corner. So decent over by Xavier Khan, 5 runs off it. And he showed some nifty changes of pace there, which just seemed to slow the momentum of the Iinyathi batters, giving them something to think about.
Yeah, definitely the Eastern Storm would have looked for that And sometimes it just take that one good over to get their innings back on track in the way that they want to go about things. And Xavier Khan has just given them a little bit of that with Tumelo Semelani to continue from the Henops River end.
So, Tumelo Semelani bowling his second over. No great pace behind the ball, and the batter desperately trying to generate pace onto it there. Slept out too long off. Just a bit of attention to Malika's helmet strap. Ready to go again.
Oh!
Bowler interested.
Ball turn, ball turn.
Malika just getting enough bat on that down in time.
Amper my legs.
Semelani felt
Go
like
Tomo.
he was in play there, threatening those stumps.
Again, a little shimmy
Ball
from
turn,
Nathan Rood.
ball turn.
The
Ball
old
turn,
time
ball turn.
coaching advice used to be, the stiller you can stand at the crease, the better. Keep your head still. It's still important to keep your head still, but nowadays very difficult to chain batsmen down to the crease, and that's going to be swept away really nicely for 4 by VC Malika.
Very good shot from Malika that time around. Just waited for it as Semelani is bowling it slow and just pierced the gap between that deep mid-wicket and a fine leg. Rather a deep square leg. Very good batting from Malika here.
Now the reverse. You'll get a 1 for it. But showing that he's got all the shots.
I think with the way that they're going, they're trying to make sure that Ger does not come back into commentary here. They're going very quickly about this innings.
So maybe it is the end of the today.
Ball boy.
Eastern Storm, and I'm sure many listeners will hope not, as the 9th over ends with a single 90 without loss after 9 overs. This is a marvellous start for the Eastern Cape in Iinyathi.
Yeah, definitely, they're in cruise control here. It's as if like they're looking to get a bonus point in this final, the way that they're going about it. Going very well, and they haven't given Eastern Storm any opportunities. As we look at the Eastern Storm batting a little bit earlier in the Eastern Cape, Iinyathi bowling with Taribo Kako ball 3 overs, 1 for 25. Nico van Zyl 4 overs, not for 44. Mnyanda 4 overs, not for 36. Tobile Tlatuka 3 overs, 1 for 33. J. Ditlar 4 overs, 1 for 22. Very tight bowling from him, and so far the bowling from Eastern Storm.
Xavier Khan continues through the hole in mid-wicket. They're going to come back for 2. Yeah, the arm not particularly strong and a bit wayward as well. And so a very easy 2 there for the opening pair. And apologies from the fielder.
Rasimenya giving up an opportunity there for the guys to go for 2.
Nicely punched down the ground. They'll get 1 for it. Decent delivery from Xavier Khan.
Spoke a bit earlier about how fit these 2 batters are and how important that is in T20 cricket, that it's not just about the 6s and the 4s, but also putting pressure on those fielders out there, making sure that they make mistakes and you pounce on the mistakes that they're making. And Roo and Malika so far, they've been running very well in these innings.
Hit very hard. Long off will get across. So Eastern Storm obviously desperately need a wicket. they're not managing to contain this Iinyathi opening pair, who are both on 44 now. KG, where can you see your wicket coming from?
It's a bit tough. Maybe Grant Thompson comes and bows a little bit, tries to buy a wicket here because his primary bowlers are not doing their job.
Oh, he's shaped to go leg side, but he's made a mess of the panel. Oh, and the catch has gone down. Oh, an even bigger mess of the catch, unfortunately. An absolute sitter, looping to short fine leg.
He just asked where the wicket will be coming from. An opportunity was created, but Simelane just doesn't keep his hands on it. That was the one opportunity that Eastern Cape Iinyathi has given to Eastern Storm that wasn't taken.
Simelane banished from the ring now. He's down on the fine leg boundary. Oh, that's well struck. Wide of mid-on. Cow Corner just watches it race across the boundary to add insult to injury for poor Shavir Khan. He's actually bowling quite well, but without much luck at the moment.
Yeah, definitely, as we see that from Malika once again. He actually took that from that off stump to hit it past that mid-on. Very good batting from Malika here. And they just won away from that 100. Very good batting from the pair.
Malika certainly hitting the ball hard, and that's a really good half century for the Iinyathi wicketkeeper batsman. Also Malika goes to 49. It's the 100 that's up for the border side. 64 balls, that's all it's taken. 13 fours and a 6.
Yeah, very good partnership here between the two batters. It's always very difficult to bowl to that left and right combination, and they've made sure that they made Eastern Storm pay. Bit of a chance that was created in the last over, but Simelane could not hold on to it, and they've made them pay for that so far.
So Aman Khan, whose first over went for 15 runs, he's back into the attack from the Henops River lane end. 100 without loss at the halfway mark. You could not dream of a better start for the Eastern Cape Iinyathi. Uppishly on the bounce to Thompson at the wideish middle, and that is now 54 Sidisi Malika off just 28 balls. It had been a great knock.
It's been a very great knock without giving any opportunity to the opposition here. He's looked good throughout the week, and today he makes them pay. He makes sure that that momentum that he's been carrying, he finally converts it to a half century. Very good batting here from Malika. Looking very certain. He's looking very stingy about his wicket here today.
To full, and lucky that it's been hit straight to long off. Yeah, Malika's had a good tournament. He's really batted with energy and intent every time he's come to the wicket. Before this innings, he was 7th on the list of leading run scorers with 83 runs in 3 innings. Strike rate was 136 before this knock, which is pretty good. And all those figures are going to be improved by this wonderful innings today in the final. And he's been bowled. Well, he's improved his stats a little bit, but he won't be improving them any further today, as he's bowled by Aman Khan. But a super innings by Sidisi Malika, 50 off 29 deliveries with 9 fours.
Yeah, unfortunate there for Malika, not going on to make it a big one. Aman Khan back into the attack from the Henops River end. Just getting one to just tail into Malika and hitting those stumps. Unfortunate from Malika, but very well batted from the young man.
Looks like it might have been a bit of a cutter from Aman Khan, just gripped a bit, and Malika swinging across the line and misjudging. But he's given his side a fantastic start, 102 for 1 midway through the 11th over. So they need just 76 more runs to win. Jason Niemand comes to the crease now. Strong performer for the Eastern Cape Iinyathi over the last few years.
Thank you.
So they need 76 to win off 57 balls, 9 wickets in hand. Very much in favour of the border side at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. They just would like to keep on going here. A very good platform laid here by the opening batters. It relieves a lot of pressure from the batters that are coming after them.
Aman Khan to build on his success. That's a good delivery. That got up.
Work on.
Nasty first delivery to get.
Work on. There you go, boy.
Jason Niemand will get off the mark, but that was awkward.
Yeah, very good bowling. Good energy here from Aman Khan. That wicket would have lifted Eastern Storm a little bit here, feeling that there is something here. The run rate has dropped a little bit to 9.7. It was going at over 10 at some point. It's dropped a little bit to 9.7. They need to do more good work.
Again, the short ball, but hooked away really well by Nathan Rue. He's been there long enough to handle that. And the 6 takes him to his 50 off 35 deliveries, 4 4s and 2 6s. And it's been a really good innings by him as well.
As we take a look at that again, didn't try to force it too much, just a good extension of the arms and just going through with the shot. Very good shot here from Nathan Rue. He lost his opening partner a bit earlier, but he's keeping the momentum going in this innings.
That delivery certainly did not get up as much as the previous ball to Niemand. And now Rue again on the move, looking to target that leg side. He'll get a single to end the 11th over, 110 for 1.
Very good batting here from Eastern Cape Iinyathi, just keeping the momentum going. Back to that run rate of scoring at 10 and over. The required run rate is only 8 to the over. Oh, it's very good batting here from Eastern Cape Iinyathi. To say that there's a change of bowling from the pavilion end with Leandre Lebe, who opened the bowling from the Henops River end, changing sides. See if he can try to get another wicket here. They need about 1 or 2 quick wickets here, Ken, to get themselves back into the game.
Absolutely. Well, Lubert turned around their fortunes with the bat. Can he do it as well with the ball, with his right arm off spin? Tidy start.
Always good when spin bowler in particular is very good of their own bowling. Just fielding that nicely, making sure that doesn't go through for a single.
Down the wicket comes Nathan Rue. Couldn't quite get it straight enough though, just a 1. Liver's got long on and long off back, and a deep backward square leg and a cow corner. All the leg side boundary fielders have come in a few yards from the fence. It's such a big boundary. Nice innovation, but straight to short turn man. Jason Niemand not scared to try things. That was only his second delivery. If at first you don't succeed. Big LBW appeal. It's be interesting to see the replay.
Nelson almost striking there. Tell you what, that looks Looks a bit more tight than what we thought the first time around.
Oh, that's a bad ball, but he's going to get away with it, just a single. Yeah, I think the umpire perhaps crediting Libba with more turn than he might have got there. That RBW shot looked pretty straight.
Very adjacent.
And it was quite full as well, so you don't know how much more it would have done. Pitched on, I think. Quicker from Libba and just poked away for a single. So a tidy, very tidy over from Leander Libba, just 4 runs off it. He's bowled 2 overs for 9 runs, and given how the rest of the Eastern's attack is gone, I fancy he might get 4 overs in here. If the game goes on much longer, Iinyathi need just 64 to win off the last 8 overs.
Yes, we just look at the bowling card here with Leander Libba, 2 overs, not for 9. Divan Posthumus opening the bowling, 2 overs, not for 24. Andrew Rasemenya, 2 overs, not for 25. Aman Khan, 2 overs, 1 for 25. Tumele Simelane, 2 overs for 16. And Shaver Khan, 2 overs, not for 15.
It's Aman Khan bowling again.
He's the man that got the breakthrough a little bit earlier on. Could have been 2 down, but the catch was put down on the other side. Now Aman Khan will be looking to see if he can create another opportunity here. We feel that they do need a wicket early on. They need another wicket as we see a bit of change in the field with the third man coming up and Tipskole going to the boundary.
Who walks across again? Just the one. Given that this is a pre-season tournament for all these Division 2 sides, I think Eastern Storm coach Jeff Toyana will have plenty to think about, just in terms of how his team have kind of been really messy in the field in this final, both the bowling and the fielding. We saw a really bad drop catch a few overs ago. Good bowling this from Aman Khan, getting it right up there in the block hole.
Yeah, I think that is the importance of such tournament, which is why the Momentum Health Challenge is such a great opportunity for the coaches just to take a bit of stock and see where they are in their preparations for the season. And what better way than to play against tough oppositions also earlier on, just to see where you are and where you need to improve when you go back now to prepare for the season.
Excellent bowling by Aman Khan. Of course, opposition does not get much tougher than the Momentum Multiply Titans on their home ground, and that'll be the reward for whoever wins this final. They'll play the Titans tomorrow here from 10 a.m. and we'll have live coverage of that game as well on the Cricket South Africa YouTube channel and Pitch Vision. Oh no, Aman Khan, he's potentially ruined a really good over by overstepping. No ball, free hit to come.
Yeah, very naughty that time around from Aman Khan, just stepping over. Once again, giving an opportunity to Eastern Cape Iinyathi, especially Jason Niemand, who's only been here for 6 balls. He has been looking to get some runs, and this will be a wonderful opportunity for him just to swing without any fear, as he can be out on a free hit.
We're able to change the field because it was a single, so fine leg is dropped back. Oh, it's a full toss. Not what you want to bowl on a free hit. And dispatched for a 1 bounce 4.
Yeah, a bit of a freebie there on a free hit. Jason Niemand will be thankful for that as we take a look at that again. Aman Khan with the free hit to Jason Niemand, and if I get a free hit, that's the best place I want to get. Although he hit it for 4, I think Jason Niemann will be looking that there was an opportunity for him to hit a maximum. Just didn't get the bat that he was looking for there. Very good from Eastern Cape. Iinyathi strolling to victory here on cruise control, dictating the game.
It's a handsome drive by Niemann, but it will just bring a single to end the 13th over. 124 for 1, 54 needed off 42 balls, and that gap between balls left and amount to win just continues to close at pace for the Eastern Cape Iinyathi. Nathan Roo is on 57 or 42 balls, and Jason Niemann getting going on 10 off 8 deliveries. Niemann put in a tidy shift, couple overs of spin from him, backing up Jade de Klerk, the pick of the Iinyathi bowlers, the slow left arm spinner, 4 overs 1 for 22, and he has the right arm off spin of Libba for the Eastern Storm.
Eastern Cape Iinyathi have gotten themselves into a situation where they can just bat on cruise control here, where they don't have to go for the boundaries because they are dictating the terms here. When the single is there on offer, they just take it.
And that's going to be 4. I was going to say that with a required rate of 7.5 before that delivery, they would be happy with 4 or 5 singles and over and the odd boundary, and that's a nice early boundary in the over. Way too short from Libba. Quicker pace and off the inside half of the bat, but that's actually going to work out nicely for Nathan Roo as he comes back for the second. He really does not stand still at the crease, does Nathan Roo. He's always on his way somewhere. Now it's outside leg stump and pulled to fine leg.
KB, go please.
Yeah, that is a man of confidence, isn't it? Whenever you feel that you are in a good touch, you can just move around a little bit, upset the bowlers, make them think about their lines, make them think about their lengths, and really work hard to try and get your wicket. And that's what Nathan Roo is doing here.
Yeah, I think that's another thing Eastern's coach Jeff Troyana will be musing about, is that the bowlers haven't really adapted
Last one,
well
mate.
enough to what the batters have been doing out there.
No.
That single ends the over. 134 for 1, so just 6 overs left, 36 balls, and 44 runs needed for victory. And Gert Maloney is back to steer us to the end of this final.
Yeah, I heard that it was almost the demise of myself, but luckily not the end of me, as we see Sri Lanka touring South Africa. That's going to be a fascinating couple of days. We're starting off with the ODIs. We've got the first one, the 31st of August. We're going to JB Marks, then Potchefstroom, and then the 2nd of September and the 4th of September. Another ODI is there as well. Then going to Kimberley. Ken, that's for the first class game.
Yeah, Gert, you'll be in Potchefstroom. It's a really good-looking SAA side. Exciting SAA side they've chosen.
And just as we spoke there, SAA, Shavir Khan comes into the attack, and he gets the big wicket of Nathan Roo. LBW trapped in front. What a comeback, and what a decision to bring him back now, because he's been one of their best bowlers, and they figured that they got to pick up a big wicket now, and it's a big wicket of Nathan Roo.
Yeah, one can only say great things about Nathan Roo. That innings, 65 or 47 balls, 5 fours and 2 sixes, wonderful opening partnership of more than 100 with Sidisi Malika, and we just see there, yeah, it was pretty straight and pretty full, and probably the wrong shot to be trying to play to that delivery.
Yeah, maybe look to go a bit straighter. And great work. You can just hear the applause from the dugout. Very, very happy with the work is done between him and Malika. They got off to a great start and put them in this commanding position of 134 for loss of 2, chasing and only requiring 44 to win, as Marco Murray has come to the crease, and he's been a bit of a thorn in the team's side as well.
Yeah, a required rate of 7.5 to the over. That's not going to give Marco Murray too much pause for thought if he gets going. He's had a very good tournament, and obviously a very highly rated T20 batsman.
Xavier Khan. Worked around the corner, just down to short fine leg, picking it up. Just wants to get off the mark. And he's one of those batters that if it's in his half, won't need any invitation to go for the big shot either. It's Marco Murray.
Yep, he's known for his hitting ability, no doubt about it.
This is just lovely cricket by Eastern Cape Iinyathi at the moment. No, they lost a wicket, and both batters just fairly new to the crease. Although Jason Niemann has faced 11 deliveries thus far. But more importantly, he's only faced 1 dot in there. If you look at the dots from Nathan Roux and Malika, between the two of them, they only faced 20 dots between the two of them. We saw a drop catch also earlier in the match, which could have stemmed the flow of runs a bit as well for the Storm.
Yeah, an absolute clanger, I'm afraid, by Similani. Looping catch off a reverse paddle that went wrong from Nathan Roux.
This one hammered down 2 points, and the sweeper will pick it up. Yeah, those are the little ones that just cost you those few extra runs that if you could turn back the hands of time, want those sort of catches to go your way, and it was an easy one. It's on this level, those should have been taken. Also just breaks the spirits of your fielding team. Oh, thick outside edge, backward point, picking it up. That's the end of a successful over for Xavier Khan. He's been bowling well, and the score is 137 for the loss of 2. 15 overs gone, 5 to go, and you got to feel that the Eastern Cape Iinyathi will just start counting down those runs required.
Not many to get now, and it's just been a really good performance by them, especially with the bat. We thought 178 would be a challenging total. Will certainly be competitive, but at the moment they are just absolutely cruising there. And Marco Murray has just come to the crease. He's their finisher, really, very adept at that role. Was signed by the Pretoria Capitals for season 1 of the SA20, so highly rated as a T20 batsman.
Yeah, Rasamene coming into the attack on the West Lane end. Oh, just hitting that back of a length. Great fielding there. That's a bit of pressure that you want. That looked like the captain himself, Grant Thompson.
Yeah, rolling back the years, Grant Thompson.
Dive like that normally costs you a couple of years as well.
Very agile and fit Grant Thompson.
Oh, inside part of the bat, you can just hear the ohs and the ahs.
36 years old. Grant Thompson. And a really good signing for Easterns, born and bred in the province. Played for a long time at the Titans, had a stint with Northern Cape, but now back where it all began for him at Easterns, captaining the side. And with all his experience, he's obviously got a hell of a lot to offer young cricketers making their way in this game.
Oh, this time right evading Grant Thompson is Niemand. You hear every run just being applauded by that dugout. And as you mentioned, Grant Thompson also captained the Titans team. There was a stint where he was captain, so he brings that experience to this team as well.
Yeah, you speak about the noise from the change room. This is just a pre-season friendly warm-up tournament, but the way the Eastern Cape Iinyathi celebrated their win yesterday over Northern Cape, one could see that it means a lot.
Look at that, just up and over, one bounce for, and it's just like they might have some plans for tonight.
Well, they can't have too much fun because barring something miraculous, they're going to be taking on the Titans in the last game of this Momentum Health Challenge. But Marco Murray is so strong. Pitch it up to him like that and he can always blast you straight down the ground.
Now we see a change in field after that. Long on, long off, both on the fence. Deep square, deep mid-wicket as well. Bit of a deft touch there. Stumble, make sure they get through to the run. And it's like you said, if something miraculous should happen now, they got 8 wickets in hand. They only need 34 runs to win. After that big shot, just look at this little deft touch that he has as well. That's that big one, just over extra cover. One bounce. Thank you very much.
Yeah, followed by a very delicate touch down to short third man. One of the attributes of really good T20 batters is their ability not just to clobber the boundaries, but to get the ones and twos, keep the scoreboard ticking over, rotate the strike. You don't really want batters who are 4.4 players. Well, maybe at the end of the innings.
Oh, straying onto those pads and those lovely wrists of Niemand just coming into play there, but picking out the man at deep square. Just a single again, but they don't need to do anything crazy at the moment. They're going nicely after 16 overs, 145 for the loss of 2. It is Jason Niemand, the captain, 15 off 14, looking to steer his team home, with Marco Murray joining him there, 8 off 7, and the equation, 33 off 24.
Should be a doddle for the Eastern Cape Iinyathi. And we just see the 4 overs remaining to be bowled. Plenty of options for the Eastern Storm. But who's going to be able to quickly nip out a couple of wickets, which might make it interesting? You never know. In the last 4 overs, if you have string together a couple of really good overs, get a couple of wickets, you might create something.
Just like that. There might be something. They're just going to that short fence. Jason Niemand might just be eager to get in front of those deliveries left. Dumelo Simelane still has 2 overs left as well. Might be bowling 17 and 19.
The spinner, he's had a very good tournament.
Just played that one to sweeper for the 1. Oh, nearly a bit of an overthrow there. Daniel Rousseau would not have liked that one whatsoever.
Xavier Khan is quite bustling pace, and Donny Rousseau showing his skills, standing up to the wicket.
This one thumped through the covers, And again, that sweeper coming around and fantastic quick release on that throw. Great work done there.
Devon Murray, he's known for his fielding. Very accomplished fielder, and just showing why he's got the reputation there. Very slick.
This time trying to open up that front leg, accessing that short boundary on the leg side. Only managing to hit that wide long on. Fantastic over thus far by Khan. Hitting his lengths. Only 3 conceded.
Yeah, he needs to go full because he's got third man and fine leg up in the circle.
Again, just going for that cross of the line. He's trying to almost paddle it.
Well, because fine leg is up in the circle, he realizes that's the space for the boundary. Xavier's got good protection, not long off, long on, and even a cow corner. And he's sticking to his plan of bowling pretty full and trying to force the batter down the ground.
As he does there, this time evading Grant Thompson there at short cover. Managing 2 runs of the last delivery of Xavier Khan, who ends up on 1 for 23 after his 4 overs. And the 150 up for the Eastern Cape Iinyathi. Only losing 2 wickets, that's good going.
Yeah, and good going too by Xavier Khan. That's a marvellous effort. Only 4 runs off his last over. To concede 22 runs in 4 overs when the rate achieved by the batting side is 8.8 to the over. That's a very good effort by Xavier Khan.
As we see the other Khan coming in for the 18th over. It's Aman Khan. He's also picked up a wicket. And he picked up a 4-for on the very first day. And he picked up the wicket, very important wicket of Malika. He clean bowled him. Oh, bit of innovative cricket. We were wondering when the lap is going to come out. There it is, just working behind the keeper.
Brilliant by Jason Niemand. No, it was Marco Murray.
Just a lovely paddle. Those wrists just coming into play there.
Actually, it was Jason Niemand.
Yeah.
My first instinct was correct.
Oh, this time going through covers and short cover just not able to gather it. And what fantastic running it is by Jason Niemand and Marco Murray. Great stuff. That was never 2 and they just put on the jet shoes.
Well, that just typifies this batting effort by the Iinyathi. They've been switched on. They've been full of intent from the first ball. And it's really been a showpiece batting effort by them as they look to cruise to this target of 178.
Oh, this time trying to go inside out, getting the outside part of the bat, maybe opening that blade too much. And just a single and a fantastic over thus far. Producing 7 runs already, and that gap between runs and deliveries left is just closing up 21 or 15.
So it'll be interesting to see what sort of Titans team is fielded tomorrow ahead of the start of their new season.
Are they going to double up on this one once again? Yes, they are. They're running between the wickets by the Eastern Cape Iinyathi has just been absolutely sublime. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Titans team pitches up. We know Petlukwaya was in the nets as well. He would love to have a bit of a hit before his season starts.
Yeah, I wonder if Sasanda Magala's fit. He's another one of the high-profile new signings for the Titans.
And also the young stalwarts, Luandre Pretoria, Steve Stork. Be interesting to see who comes across. Oh, this time just following the bowler. Change up in pace, slower delivery.
The Titans are also playing a triangular series here at Supersport Park next week against a couple of academy sides, their own Supersport Park International Academy side.
Oh, wanted to go for the big heave-o there. Are they going to go for second again? What fantastic running. Marco Murray and Jason Niemand, great running. And that brings Arman Khan's spell to an end. 47 runs, picked up the big wicket of Malaika. And it's 162 for the loss of 12 deliveries to go. Oh, you got to feel the writings on the wall. Only 16 needed.
Yeah, indeed. And we mentioned Andile Peklakwaya and Sasanda Magala having joined the Titans. There's another Protea who's come up north in the form of batsman Keegan Peterson, who possibly will be in action tomorrow. That'll be fun to see.
Devon Postumus going to bowl the penultimate over. I'm very surprised that the spinner, unless there's something wrong with him, Melo Simelane only went for the 16 runs in his 2 overs. Very surprised that he didn't get to bowl his allotted 4 overs.
Yeah, he's been one of the better bowlers in the tournament. But I guess they feel that ship has sailed now. I see the Titans have actually announced their squad for the tournament against the Supersport Park International Cricket Academy and a Young Guns team.
This one just kept a little bit low. Just see maybe a better option to go straight.
Keegan Peterson is indeed in that squad, as is Andile Peklakwaya. But Sasanda Magala, I can only presume, is still recovering from that rather serious knee injury he had last season.
Oh, this one is picked up, and that is absolutely been murdered down mid wicket. Downtown, that is a sixer.
Literally out the ground, I think, by Marco Murray. He's hit that towards the road that runs along the Henops River end. I fancy that might have bounced through the fence there. There is a fielder going after it to see if they can recover it.
And very fitting that Garmin is the board that he hit there, because they might need some maps to find that ball.
Yeah, that could well have gone through the fence there. That's the shot of the day, and surely one of the shots of the tournament by Marco Murray. I think they have recovered the ball, so that's a good news.
No holes in the fences here for the Titans. Thank goodness for that. They could pick up the ball and just see there's a bit of shade there with the fielder not in a big hurry to come back into the field of play.
You mentioned Steve Stolk earlier. He'll be turning out for the Supersport Park International Cricket Academy squad in this triangular tournament next week. And the Young Guns team includes former SA Under-19 captain David Tiga, Ludwig Schut, also a SA Under-19 cap.
Wanted to go for that one again. Oh, that sounds like a fantastic young team. And there's a couple of nice. Keegan van Wyk, I see, is in there as well. There's a couple of great prospects. The Patel's going to play in that International Academy as well. So it's going to be a fascinating 3 days. I'll tell you what, the Titans shouldn't be too comfortable. There might be an upset here and there.
Well, you can be sure the youngsters will be going all out to impress at the start of the new season. Yeah, it's a great initiative, as has been this Momentum Health Challenge.
Going across and whipping it to the leg side. That's 4 runs. Jason Niemand just making sure that's another 4-fer to his tally.
Well, just one blow away now, the Eastern Cape Iinyathi, from what would be a very, very pleasing win, and the title of inaugural Momentum Health Challenge champions. And it just carries on the good T20 form they've shown this year. They made the semi-finals of the provincial T20 competition earlier this year.
Why would Marco Marais want another bat? That one just smashed it. The Garmin couldn't find it, and now all of a sudden he wants a new bat.
Maybe it's his statement back. It's his winning runs bat.
Oh, nearly his run-out bat there. Got his bat down in time, though. Even Postumus has had a tough time of it.
Yeah, just hasn't quite had his best game today. Both sides of the wicket. Battled to find the right lengths. Yeah, it's been the story really of most of the Eastern Storm seamers, unfortunately.
Full toss. Just able to get the one. And that will take us into the 20th over. 6 deliveries to go. And you got to feel Eastern Cape Iinyathi will take this home with 8 wickets to spare.
Well, and at least 4 balls to spare, if not 5. Just 2 runs to get. Or was it 3? The scoreboard has changed suddenly. 3 to win. And just a reminder that from tomorrow, you can join Gert Maloney and Pendula Magubane and former Northwest cricketer Brady Barretts as we start our coverage of the Sri Lanka A Tour of South Africa. And they'll be playing 3 ODIs in Potchefstroom starting on Saturday, rather, not tomorrow. And we'll be having live coverage of that on Cricket South Africa's YouTube channel and pitchvision.co.za.
Rasamene finishing up. 3 to go for the Eastern Cape Iinyathi. Feels like they want to take it deep, this one.
Yeah, this will be a real morale-boosting victory for the Iinyathi. You know, for a while, cricket in the border region, they've kind of been the whipping boys a bit. Have not always been as competitive as they would have liked. But as I said, a good display in the Provincial T20 Cup last season, made the semi-finals, and now winning this tournament with the 3 other Division 2 teams, including the 2 teams that played in the final last season. That'll be a really nice feather in their cap, and something they can take into the season.
And also the way they started off, they were on the losing side the first day round against the Eastern Storm, who absolutely thumped them.
Yeah, they've just grown and grown through the tournament, have the Iinyathi.
Oh my word, great fielding there. All of a sudden they've felt the urge to throw their hands behind everything. That was hammered, and a lovely pickup.
Well,
that point.
It's Sekikune has saved those are match-saving runs. He saved there, because that would have certainly raced away to the boundary and been the winning runs.
Oh, he's in very close, isn't he? He's almost in a catching position when he finishes up that walk-in.
And that flew off the bat of Jason Niemand.
See the brain trust there. Captain and bowler discussing how they're going to save these last 2 runs.
Mind games, if anything, for all the batters.
If you look at the land available for sale here on the leg side, all they have to do is just get a little bat on it and they'll draw up a victory
Yeah.
for the Eastern Cape Iinyathi.
Well, they want the batters to think they've got some dastardly plan that's going to suddenly turn this match around. And I had to signaling bring the field in a bit. Mid-wicket has now come in just to plug that gaping hole he was talking about on the leg side. And third man's coming up off the boundary.
All else fails, I like this by the Eastern Storm. At least fighting till the very last run he scored.
Absolutely. I mean, if they hit a couple of fielders the next two balls, suddenly there might be a few nerves. Oh. Well, what a very good delivery that was by Andrew Rasameni.
And
Swinging in late at the toes, but the batter still managed to get a single off it.
brilliantly dug out there by Niman. That nearly snuck through, and that would not have been the ball that he was expecting.
Yes.
So what a great comeback. Scores are level. 177. A pair, 1 run to win. All the fielders now in the circle.
Is there another cunning plan coming?
Bouncer coming up.
Over the keeper, 4 bars.
I'll tell you what.
It is a dot.
2 deliveries to go. As I said in the beginning of the over, they want to take this one deep.
So no one is outside of the ring now. Everyone saving one.
I think it'll be a big flash here coming up.
White ball.
Oh, and we finish this in the most undramatic way possible. There, how nice would that have been to be a dot, just to build some anticipation. But with that wide from Rasamene, the inaugural champions of Momentum Health Challenge is the Eastern Cape Iinyathi.
Well, it probably wouldn't have made a difference, but it's a lousy way to end the game. And to be fair, there have been deliveries a lot wider than that today that have not been called wide. But be that as it may, the Eastern Cape Iinyathi, worthy winners of this Momentum Health Challenge final. They've won by 8 wickets with 2 balls to spare, and a very comfortable win by them. Jason Niemand ends 32 not out of 25 deliveries, and Marco Murray 23 not out off 18 balls, as the Iinyathi dugout is full of hugs and whoops and hollers, high fives, and they're very happy, and why shouldn't they be?
Oh, what a fantastic game it was. Taking it right to the last delivery, but the Eastern Cape Iinyathis never looked like they were going to lose this match. They still have 8 wickets in hand. They timed this run chase to perfection with the start that Nathan Roo and Malika gave them with over 100 partnership and only 20 dots between the two of them. It was the ideal start for them.
It was. That set things up absolutely beautifully. Opening stand of more than 100 at 10 and over. Nathan Roo eventually 65 off 47 balls, and Sidisi Malika 50 off 29 balls. The platform was laid, the table was set, and Jason Niemand 32 off 25, Marco Maria 23 off 18 took the Iinyathi home and to the title.
Leandre Lubbe actually started the bowling off, which was a bit of a surprise, which was a good turn. Again, only bowling 3 overs for 19 runs. He was very economical with that new ball. Devon Postumus had a bit of a rough time of it, conceding 37 runs. And then Rasamene also bowled the last over. But unfair to give a man only 2 to defend. Rahman Khan picking up the 1 wicket, got a bit of tap this time around, only picking up the 1. And the other wicket taker was the other Khan, Shavir Khan, bowling the 1. But the big surprise was Simelane, not finishing up his 4, only bowling the 2 overs. Maybe a trick miss there. There's a summary of your score. Top scorer for the Eastern Storm is Leandre Lubbe. And the pick of the bowlers for the Eastern Cape Iinyathi was Jay de Klerk.
Yeah, de Klerk rounding off a very good week for him. The left-arm spinner and very tidy bowling. 4 overs, 1 for 22. Jason Niemand also some spin. did a handy job as well, you see there. And it's been a very successful week for the Iinyathi. They'll take a lot of confidence from this performance into their domestic season, which starts towards the end of September. But there's still a lot of cricket to look forward to in the coming days. And starting with Saturday, South Africa A against Sri Lanka A, a one-day game in Potchefstroom. Kate Maloney, you'll be there with our live coverage. It's an exciting SAA side, isn't it?
Oh, it's going to be a fantastic one. I'll tell you what, the Sri Lankan side doesn't look too bad either. There's a couple of up-and-comers in that team that's going to make this to a very, very interesting, with 3 ODIs coming up and also 2 first-class matches. The ODIs happening in JB Marks and Potchefstroom, and then we're off to Kimberley for the first-class match. That's between the 8th and 11th of September, and then the second 4-day match will be in Benoni, 15 to 18 September. But that was it. It's a wrap. The Momentum Health Challenge. Congratulations to the inaugural winners, Eastern Cape Iinyathis.
Just to let you know some of the players in that South Africa A one-day squad. Carl Verena was initially named captain, but he's gone over to on a county championship deal in England. So Matthew Wietzke, one of the most exciting young batters in the country, will now be leading that side. David Beddingham, who's made such an impact in the test side, he gets a chance to show what he can do in white ball cricket. Dewald Brevis, Tony De Zorzi, they there. Tristan Luss, a guy who played in the Under-19 World Cup last year, he's in the team. Andile Pehlakwaya, Luto Sipamla, Cody Yusuf, good up-and-coming seam bowler from the Lions, Mahlali Pongwana, a very promising all-rounder. They're all in that South Africa A one-day squad, so it is exciting.
It's going to be an exciting time. Someone to look forward to in this Sri Lankan side is Ishan Malinga. He's a very promising young bowler coming in from Sri Lanka. And then also, Kamil Mishara is a very highly rated batter in Sri Lanka, as well as Lehiru Udara. Those are the 2 to look forward to. And their captain has been around for quite a long time as well. So it's going to be a very interesting, very well poised between some little bit of international experience and then also bringing in the South Africans. As you saw, Bedders in that team. We got Briatske in that team. And then also a guy like Michael Pretorius getting a run. And then also Cody Yusuf.
Yeah, that's the Red Ball squad for the 2 4-day games that they'll play against Sri Lanka, led by Neil Brunt, who famously led the senior Proteas side in a test series in New Zealand last season. But lots of young batting talent there. Jean Duplessis, who was first chosen for South Africa A last season out of Division 2 and promptly made 100. So he's clearly one to watch. Baya Swanepoel, another guy who had a very good domestic season, also getting a call-up. So by Sri Lanka A captain, did you mean Pasindu Suriyabandara?
Yeah, that's going to be a one to practice over the weekend for me. He's one of those captains that's been around. He's been in the domestic side along as well. And then another one to look out for is Oshada Fernando, who is, if I'm not mistaken, he's got an international cap to his name as well. He is one of those guys that they look forward to. It almost gives you a feel there's a couple of guys that's just not there or thereabout.
So we just hear the applause for the presentation that is ongoing down on the field as Carl Bosman from Momentum handing the trophy to Iinyathi captain Jason Niemand, and now the team come up to receive their plaudits as well. And well done too to Coach Tumela Bodibe, assistant coach Rowan Richards as well, who have no doubt played a full part in this victory.
Yeah, so good luck to them against the Titans tomorrow. There's the spoils. Just hear that elation. There's the champagne going. Hold on, lads. Still got to play the Titans tomorrow. I guess you got a couple of hours to burn. Young players enjoying that. Just shows you what it means to them to take this inaugural. And this is a team that has been struggling, as you mentioned. There's always been players that's been there or thereabout, but they never could put it together. And I'm so glad to see them lifting the trophy. It's been a fascinating week. Closing it off tomorrow against the Titans is the Eastern Cape Iinyathi. From the production team here at Pitch Vision, what a fantastic job they've done. Thank you for bringing us all the visuals here on the CSA YouTube channel. Thank you to Momentum to put this whole thing together for us. Momentum Health Challenge. The Momentum Multiply Titans, thank you for hosting us. It has been a fantastic honor for us to be here. Kagiso Musabelela, thank you very much for joining us on commentary. Ken Borland, the legend, thank you very much once again for gracing us with your wise words. It's always a pleasure being with you. And from my side, Gert Maloney, be safe, drive safe. We'll see you in Potch. But before that, we'll see you here at the Super Sport Park tomorrow. Eastern Cape Iinyathi, the victors of the Momentum Health Challenge, taking on the Titans.
That was amazing. Ja, Jay, I'll be there. I'll sort it. I want the medal. Bathini bona. Hayi tempo le. Yeah. Gold looks good on me, eh? Gold looks good on me, eh? Huh? Gold looks good on me, eh? It's a chance. Yeah?